Yo. Alright, the live setup ain't as good today, boys, but it's true. You guys can hear me? Maybe with this mic here. Let me put that shit on. Alright. Are they gonna fall off? Maybe. Maybe it's gonna fall off. Nah, that'll be true. Let me pull up the stream. I'm gonna have to charge my computer. I'll have to charge it midstream. That's fine. Live. 8 people watching. What's up, guys? I'm gonna have to charge my computer. Yeah, I got banned on Insta a while ago. Is the mic good, boys? Or is it, just tell me like what's, wait, I can just hear it, I guess it's fine. It's quiet, it's quiet. Live. I am talking quiet, I guess. People watching. What's up, guys? I'm gonna have to charge my computer. Yeah, I got banned on Insta a while ago. Is the mic good, boys? Or is it, just tell me like what's, wait, I can just hear it, I guess it's fine. Welcome to discussing topics, brother. It's quiet, it's quiet. Live. I am talking quiet, I guess. Watching. Alright, it's probably better. What's up, guys? Alright, boys. I'll post a story. We're getting people in here. Or is it, just tell me like what's, wait, I can just hear it, I guess. Welcome to discussing topics, brother. It's quiet, it's quiet. Okay, now it's echoing. That is not my intention. Alright. Yeah, I know. Live chat. Let's go. Fuck my life and save that girl. Don't tell me. Beyond Natural? I don't know what that is. Sorry about that, Chief. Join. Alright, so something I'm gonna go through. Hold on, thoughts on sleeping on hard surfaces. I don't really see the point. Okay. Something I wanted to go through. If I put music on, will it play it in the stream or no? Let me just check that. Screen capture, audio capture. Audio capture, yeah, it does. Okay. There we go. Not anymore. Alright. Alright. How's my skating rhythm? Pretty good. Pretty good. You know, wake up at like 7, like around sunrise. Yeah, I also heard it helps with back posture and stuff, but I don't really see why. Okay. So what I wanted to look at, I'll pull it up, is a couple studies. if you guys heard that, but anyway, that people sent me saying that, this is proof of something, blah, 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 right? That ketogenic diet, that, where's this shit? It's about like ketogenic diets and glycation, methylglycol. Here we go. All right, let me scroll up. All right, here we go. So this is the first study. Let me pull this up on stream. Okay, so a ketogenic diet prevents methylglycol evoked nociception, right? If you don't know what nociception is, that just means pain, nerve pain induced by methylglycol, which a lot of diabetics get because they have chronically high blood sugar, which leads to chronically high methylglycol in the blood. Raw milk goes. All right. So let's look at this study, right? This study was sent to me to prove that acetoacetate in the blood detoxifies methylglycol and prevents methylglycol-induced glycation, or AGU formation, because of the acetoacetate mechanism. Therefore, the fact that people on ketogenic diets tend to have double the methylglycol in the blood on average, or up to double the methylglycol in the blood, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because of this mechanism, apparently, right? So, small fiber neuropathy is a common cause of peripheral chronic pain. MGO is a toxic reactive dicarbonyl that is primarily produced as a byproduct of glycolysis, which is true. As well as through other pathways, such as condensation of acetate. Acetate is a ketone body. That is the primary methylglycol production mechanism in a ketogenic state, right? It's the condensation of acetate. Now, they're saying under periods of intense MGO production, such as diabetes, glyoxylase activity can be reduced, so it doesn't scavenge MGO as much, and then this can lead to accumulation of AGEs, right? Now, this is the study, right? They injected rats with MGO, or mice, into the blood. They also injected them with, gotta find where it says this, with a cocktail of MGO plus acetoacetate, which is not at physiological levels, and it reduced pain. Basically, that's what it was. Okay. Here we go. So, in the MGO scavenging experiments, equal molar concentrations of acetoacetate, beta-hydroxybutyrate, or aminoguanidine, hydrogen chloride, were incubated with methylglycol for 18 hours at 4 degrees. So they put these in a test tube with methylglycol for 18 hours at 4 degrees Celsius. How on earth is this representation of a physiological process? How is this representative of what's actually happening in physiological conditions? It's not, right? It's let sit for 18 hours, and then they injected it, right? And then they injected it to see how much pain they had, right? Let me check chat. Ear rape. Ray Peter. I'm gonna go watch some of your videos. What is this audio? Is it too loud? I'll turn it down. There we go. Is that better? Anyway. So this is not representative of physiological levels. And of course they found that, the pain was reduced. This milk's starting to curdle. Of course they found that the pain was reduced. Maxwell's playing around, dude. Fucking Mike's playing around. Alright, there we go. Because of course, the ketone bodies were able to scavenge it because they were left in a test tube for 18 hours at 4 degrees Celsius. Yeah, anyway. That's something I wanted to discuss. Silly keto arguments is there are counter arguments. There are tiny counter arguments which almost counter the arguments, but it's like they have holes in them. They're speculative. They always seem to be, they always seem to grasp at straws. It's just grasping at straws, but it doesn't hold up if you look into it, right? Okay. Yeah, I know my audio cut out. Like, I know my audio cut out. That's why I cut it. Again? No, it didn't happen again. Yeah, the mic that I've got, it's DJI, but it's like broken as fuck. Cause I think I dropped it in water or something. And it low-key like disconnects all the time. Do I eat 1 meal a day? No, not at this moment. I think that eating 1 meal a day is, well, first of all, it's like unintuitive, right? But also, like a lot of people, they won't have sufficient insulin to even like not have to not like retain enough minerals. They won't even get enough insulin from that to retain enough minerals. Some people will, right? I didn't really have issues with mineral retention, but people like you don't get enough insulin from one meal to have a high metabolic rate. Okay, someone's gonna not like how I said that and argue against it, so I'll rephrase it for phrase. To have a high metabolic rate, for a lot of people to be able to have warm extremities and high thyroid output, you need to have more than 1 meal a day to get enough insulin. And for a lot of people, it'll also be, affecting their sleep as well, poorly. You can't bring lunch to school? If you can eat a big breakfast at 7, and then, honestly, I don't like doing that. Usually in the morning, I just have fruit juice or like milk. But if you can eat a big breakfast at 7 and then go 8 hours without actually being hungry, maybe bring some fruit juices, some milk, something you can drink. Have like one that in between, just so you're not like keep your insulin chronically elevated. I mean, your blood sugar and insulin chronically elevated. Uh, yeah, eat lunch at home. Wouldn't it be like late afternoon though? Anyway, up to you. I don't really get the question, how can you keep being optimal? I don't see the problem with what you're doing at the moment. What, you eat breakfast at 7, then 8 hours later, be like 5. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a big period, yeah. So it takes some like no, 8 hours later, 5, that's 3 o'clock. No, that's fine. Maple syrup is good as far as I know. I haven't really researched maple syrup in the last few weeks, but it's fine as far as I know. Like, pretty balanced between fructose and glucose. There's not much else. Maybe it has like some orthodontic intervention. I would just suggest listen to your orthodontist about like or splinter or some shit. Is Marpy a good investment? Get a consultation for it. Depends what problems you have. If you have poor breathing during sleep, if you have a narrow palate, then yes, I got it out. My mic is fucked. It probably just cuts out, yeah, I don't know. Why did I switch from carnivore to high carb diet? So I go muted randomly. Yeah, this mic's fucked. Alright, look. Let's just go back to the MacBook mic. And we'll just use that for now, because it's fucked. Yeah, so the reason I did, one thing I was struggling with was being really cold. So I would literally, it wasn't just cold hands and feet for me. A lot of people, it's just cold hands and feet, right? I would literally wake up. If I wasn't moving around, like if I sat down, let's say like 30 minutes after I woke up, if I sat down, and just like for like 5-10 minutes just sat down and did something on the computer, fully clothed, like tracksuits, shirt, jumper, all of that stuff, UGG boots, everything like that, I would literally like start shivering. Like I couldn't sit still. I was so cold. I actually didn't measure my temperature at that point. I don't know why. It was retarded. I don't know why I didn't do that. But I think my temperature was probably about like sub 36, which is really bad. I reckon my temperature was actually sub 36 at some point. But now I wake up like 36 and a half to 37. It's like getting better, you know? Another thing is I would like wake up at 3 a.m. consistently for no reason. But that stopped instantly as I added back carbs. Do I still do cold exposure? No. Do I think cold exposure is a good tool to adapt to cold? Yes. What's my screen time? Oh, this is like not good. Like, I'm not even gonna like try to hide this too. Let's see. Pretty sure it's 8 hours. Oh, okay. 3 hours. 69% down from last week. That's because I was sick last week. That's actually good. 3 hours. Considering that I'm a social media influencer, that's good. What's wrong with Arjun's diet? Look, the basics are good. Honestly, the diet is good. My main issue with the whole thing behind it is just the gimmicks that have no mechanistic backing. And the following is very cult-like and dogmatic about it. That's my biggest issue with it. It's not even like the diet itself. Like, it's like almost optimal, But the reason it's like that, the reason he suggests that is not right. Why don't you buy butter, honey, meat, or eggs from the farm you promote? No, I did get honey, cream, and eggs. This week. The reason I don't get the meat is because it's not like he hasn't sorted it out yet. Like it's not consistent. Like I asked him if he could get me meat, and I would do like a full like weekly shop video and stuff, and it would be very good for sales. And he was like, "Yeah, I'll try to get you meat, but there's some issue with my butcher, so can't this week. Can do next week. Can't this week. 2 weeks, you know, like he's trying to get it for me this week or like next week. So yeah. Am I cooked if I live 5 minutes from a 5G tower? No. 5G towers. If it was above your house, yeah, probably. But 5G, the signal is very short lived, right? Because it's so much output. The signal is the signal doesn't last as long. So it's probably just like similar to a 4G tower, right? Like it's still bad. If you can block up your room with EMF fabric and use wired internet, like the biggest difference is not going to be the mobile towers. It's going to be like the devices in your house. Is it better to lose fat with carbs or without? With carbs for sure, because your metabolic rate's going to be up, right? That's why people often are much colder. And also when you have less fat in your diet, you're gonna have to use more of your own fat for energy. The meat is inconsistent. What I mean is like the supply of it is inconsistent. Do I cooked or raw eggs? Both. I enjoyed both. I don't enjoy the white raw, really. But if I have sometimes I'll want something quick, easy to digest and stuff. I'll just have a raw egg shotgun through the shell. Couple raw eggs quickly. 10-15 seconds each egg, right? Super easy meal. And but I like scrambled eggs too. Like, cause you're not cooking at high heat, right? So there's very minimal AGs on scrambled eggs. Same with lipid peroxidation. Yeah, they get sold out quick, and also, dude, I don't really know. I kind of forgot what he said, but what do you think about the idea that egg and milk protein is better than meat? I don't think so. I don't see a reason for that. Do carbs add fat? Or are they purely metabolic boosts? Yeah, well, any insulin is gonna store fat, right? Because of lipogenesis, but it's much less than like eating fat itself, because you're going to be burning fat off your body when you don't have insulin high. How does really good quality liver taste? Tastes okay. I would rather eat muscle meat. Is grain-fed meat okay? Yeah. If you can't afford grass-fed, yeah, for sure. Just meat. Doesn't really matter that much. If it's beef, probably just cook it, because if you're eating grain-fed meat raw, you're not gonna really want to eat much of it because it doesn't taste that good. So just cook it. Is there merit to Frank Tufano's liver detox diet? I don't really know what that is. But anything talking about liver detox, if it's actually things that trigger the detox themselves instead of just supporting the function of it, is going to be a gimmick. Because anything that creates a huge spike in glutathione, anything that creates a huge spike in liver detox is just that thing being detoxed because it's toxic. Like detox juices like ginger, garlic, what else they use? Oregano, things like this. They're just liver toxic, toxic to your body, and you're just detoxing it. My birthday's in May, mainly due to the calcium content, avoiding stress, amino acids in muscle meat. Well, the calcium is nothing to do with the protein, but as far as I know, unless there's some nuance I don't understand there. But that's separate, right? It's not the amino acids. But what kind of stress do the amino acids in muscle meat give you? I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, they don't deliver to your house in Queensland and Victoria. They were doing that, but the only issue was they didn't get enough orders to make it worth it. But now they have depots. But in New South Wales and ACT, they deliver to your house. What do you say to people that say fibers need to feed the bacteria in your gut? Well, you're just feeding bacteria with whatever you eat. It just means that you won't be feeding fiber fermenting bacteria, which is not something you need if you're not eating heaps of fiber. Well, it's not something you want either if you're not eating heaps of fiber. Even if you're eating heaps of fiber, that's not something you want, because then you get, that's when small intestinal bacterial overgrowth happens. When you get, like, the Indian gut is what I call it. They have heaps of spices, heaps of fiber in their diet, and then they just have chronic fermentation, chronic bloating. What's the least amount of food needed to support your diet, like variety-wise? I don't get what that means. The least amount of food, variety-wise, to support your diet. Can you rephrase that? What do you say? I just read that. What do you use to wash your hair? Water. I try to avoid tap water. The Buffalo raw milk I get has much less cream than milk I see online. It's probably not good. Yeah, that's not good. The cream is super good. I love the cream. It's probably the best part. School also cooks my health because I wake up so early. I don't even get to see the sun sometimes, and I stay in a cooked environment with artificial lights, the windows closed, and EMFs. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's hard being healthy in school. But then you can always be, like, above the rest of the people around you, right? Even in that stressed environment, you can always do more than they're doing, which will give you an advantage and make you feel better about yourself anyway. It'll push you farther than those people are getting, at least. You don't have to worry about constantly being optimal. You just have to adapt to your own situation, be as healthy as possible. Is store-bought milk okay if I can't get raw? Yeah, just try to get A2 milk. That's the most important thing. Tryptophan, cysteine, and methionine, which can suppress the thyroid and slow down metabolism. Oh, so this is a repeat thing. Okay. See, I haven't heard that before. I don't know about that, so I'll definitely research it. I'll put it on the list. I've got a list of a few things I need to research. I haven't tried sheep or buffalo milk, but I have tried sheep's cheese, raw sheep's cheese. Still eat high meat? No. I'm actually going to make a reel about that. A little bit dangerous. Is meat and milk the only things or other things required? Well, technically the only thing that's required is, like, well, required for what, right? required to live. You could eat grains and live for a while. Sup, face IQ. You could eat grains and live for a while. Required to live, you only need like 20 grams of protein. You don't need saturated fat. But to be optimally healthy, I would say that you want to have like fruits, meat, and milk. Even though you could live for a long, if I had to choose one, you could probably live the longest eating only meat and fat. Either that or only dairy. But I think you should make room for all of them in your diet. Frost, what do you think about, this guy said something I haven't heard before. Like dairy and egg protein is better for metabolism because of tryptophan, cysteine, and methionine, which suppress the thyroid. Actually, I have heard something about that before. I think I do know that cysteine can do that. It's like regulatory though, was my opinion on it. True men have shorter hair. Alright, little bro. I thought you said you were growing out your hair. I thought I heard you say that on a live. According to, he's just talking about more inflammatory amino acids according to Raymond. Okay. Well, I'll look into it a little bit more. How does alkalinity and acidity in the body work on this diet? Yeah, I mean, whenever someone talks about alkalinity or acidity, I always ask alkalinity of what, because there are so many different, like, environments in the body which can have different pHs, like blood pH, blood pH, intracellular pH, the pH of the extracellular fluid, different pH in different peripheral tissues. Blood pH, locally just outside the cell during glycolysis or like high ATP turnover tends to be more acidic because of the CO2 output, which is a good thing because then you get the Bohr effect where more oxygen uptake is happening. And that's another benefit of having high glycolysis. But someone talking about altering your acidity or alkalinity based on the pH of the foods that they're eating, it's never gonna make sense to me because they can never answer the question of where is this alkalinity or acidity taking place that you're talking about. It's always just theoretical. Yeah, I don't know how that picture got out, bro. Yes, I did watch the discussion. I think it was good. My mom actually said that, my mom was watching it with me. She said Eddie is very pedantic. Or she doesn't like when he does that. Or, actually, that's something that you guys said. But she didn't like the way Eddie was, debating. So next it's me and Bart, yeah. Marcus Young Fortnite stream. I don't have a PC. I traded my PC for a MacBook so that I could LARP online business working at the beach. No, I'm kidding. But MacBook is more versatile. You could review the debate and show the Weasling. Yeah, I know. My tonsillitis is better. It's better. Raw Milk Oz. Use code Marcus, 10% off. My mom is knowledgeable on this stuff. No, she was just commenting on his personality and the way he was talking. That shit was boring? I didn't think it was boring. Why would you run a cycle of debloat? That's hilarious. It's just like salt, right? It's just like overpriced salt. You can have a good mineral balance with just eating food. Like it's a gimmick. Yeah, I use a non-fluoride toothpaste. It's not 100% optimal though. I use like it's xylitol and like calcium silica, I think, which has like some lead in it. So I should probably swap it out. I just can't be bothered for now. I should do different lives, yeah. But like what? Because if I was doing a different live, it would either be like watching other people's videos. Like you guys can suggest what you want me to do. Like what do you guys want me to do for the next little while? Run a cycle of depot, yeah. That's hilarious. Like if you guys want me to do something else right now and you have ideas, that's charm. Dude, this angle is not good. Holy fuck. It's like that raw tide stream all over again, that posture shit. It's anytime I record with this camera, cooks me, that angle cooks me. Alright. I don't care, that's fine. But, alright, like, I would do, I just don't have a PC, I can't play video games. But, philosophy debate live. What? Pop 20 pills of antibiotics. I would, to answer your question, for bring my kids to school, I would, for sure, like, get them private teachers instead. I'm not gonna watch Jubilee Slop, bro. I already get called a parrot enough. But I'm gonna make YouTube videos today though. Do a drunk stream? Well, I don't drink alcohol, so alcohol is like one of the last things I would do actually, in terms of drugs. Bring back the AI thumbnails and reviewing other vids. Yeah, I'm gonna make some reaction vids today. Do I not think it could impact the kids socially not going to public school? Well, I think that they would have social circles outside of school. It really just depends on like which tax bracket I'm in at the moment, at the time. I don't plan to have kids before I'm way above average in finances. Yeah, like homeschooling, yeah. How many kids would I want? At least 6. 1 gram of pre-gab. I've done 600 milligrams. It's pretty good. Were you really cold in Carnival? Yeah, I had like hypothermia sometimes. Like, literally like shivering, like sub 36. How do you not send your kids to school legally? There are certain like countries and states in the US. Yeah, it just depends on the location, like the local laws. I think shrooms are affecting you, like affecting your brain in a poisonous way. Because it's a third party input, right? it's altering. I don't know if that makes sense. Third party input. It's not something you would normally do intuitively, right? You wouldn't intuitively pick up the mushroom and eat it because it's gonna give you like those would have been discovered on accident, is my point. Same with coffee. Thoughts about AIDS? I would refer to RFK Jr. on that, about HIV not causing AIDS. You've been stressed for 3 days, non-stop worrying. What are you worried about? I don't know what to tell you, man. Get some sun, for sure. Take a break, whatever you're doing. You keep thinking on how you want the vaccines. Why do you want the vaccines? I'm a clown for taking antibiotics. That's fine. It made my tonsils better though. That's all that matters really. Whether the bacteria are the root cause. Okay, I'll go through this, right, because I've considered the theory that the bacteria causing the symptom, what the bacteria are doing, is actually beneficial for the body because it's necessary for like clearing out toxins, right? The thing is, the bacteria they do in the tonsils, they do degrade like dead cells, like macrophages, neutrophils, things like that in the tonsils. That's mainly what the smell is from. But yeah, but they are actually like causing the inflammation as well. I'm a clown, by the way, thanks. High carb diet is the reason you forgot how to speak Australian. I've never had a strong Australian accent. I need to stop coping. If you want to side with modern science but cherry pick what you want, you're a joke. I think that's just called not being a sheep and having an unbiased, nuanced opinion. Okay, but look at nature. All animals get high on different types of fungi, pufferfish eat, etc. Okay, that doesn't mean it's healthy though. Just because it's other animals do it. Where do I want to raise my kids? I've thought about it. I'd probably look, if it was gonna be like with middle class money, it wouldn't be a Western country. But if it's upper class money, then it would be a Western country. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, see, I also considered that it's symptom suppression, but it also just doesn't make sense. Did I feel like shit on antibiotics? No, it didn't make me feel bad at all. I didn't even have any gut issues with it. It's kind of fine. Like, it's made... The clarithromycin is what I took, and it's made to target bacteria like streptococcus, which are usually infecting the throat, mainly. Like, not really present gut microbes. It's not like it kills all microbes everywhere and every single one of them. It's not like that. Like, it's exaggerated. Like, it does do damage in the body. I'm not denying that. But it's medicinal, right? Everything medicinal is going to have a trade-off. That's not what primal is, idiot. What's primal? I don't really care. Like, that's a word, right? Primal means acting upon intuition. Yeah, this is the low IQ portion of my audience right here. Would I give my kids vaccines if the doctor's making them? The doctor can't legally make you give your kids vaccines. And no, I wouldn't. I'm gonna get banned now. Easy clipped, I'm not falling for the rage bait. Primal is a living natural life. Listen to this, guys. Primal is living natural lifestyle. When you rely on scientific medications, what am I saying? But then clown on people for citing sources and taking vaccines, you're a joke. When have I ever clowned someone for citing a source? The reason I would ever clown someone for citing a source is because the source is unscientific. Science is literally the most the most important discipline. Science is intuitive, right? Because if you see something happening and you observe it, that's scientifically proven to you. But if you listen to this, right? Because it's ridiculous what you guys are saying. If you push someone, or if you see someone, why are the police in the back? Dude, if you see someone push someone, and you see that their hand caused that person to move, right? That's scientifically proven a cause. If you cite a study saying, like, with people sending online survey responses, with a bunch of confounding variables, that's not scientific, right? Yeah, let me ask Primal GPT. What do you mean I'm trying to copy the if I would have said these gestures in the fire trucks or something. It's literally just police in the background. Why is this copy? Okay. What do you think of DHT blockers, as DHT is a bad hormone, not because of hair loss? Well, there's no such thing as a bad hormone. You can say that hormones have bad downstream effects, but it's there for a purpose, of course. There's always going to be side effects blocking one hormone, like different from physiological levels. Yeah, bro, you're not going to rage bait me like this, okay? What makes vaccines a net negative? Well, viruses, for one thing, especially if it's vaccines against viruses, probably going to get banned for this, right? Viruses, the whole virology is terrible science. Virology is a terrible discipline. The veracity of virology is a joke, right? It's a joke. That's all I'm going to say. And, you know, they have mercury and aluminium and stuff in it. Did you ever get anything done to my face? No, I've never had anything invasive done to my face. I never had any orthodontic intervention. Oh my god, dude. Is this my audience right now? How often do you think that you're mugging 99% of the public? In what metric? I think physically, I'm probably like, well, let's see, I'm 6 foot tall. That's like the top 35% of Western, like of Australian men. 5% in the world, but top 35% in Australia. and I'm probably like a top 15% facially. So I'm probably like top 20% of the population. But it's like, that's like people my age, right? Men my age. So, well, I'm taller than, yeah, I'm above that average further than the people my age. But people like 18 to 25, probably like top 20, 15%. I can lick your TikTok chats and you'll be banned again. What? I saw you, Kenny and the boys. You're about 6'1". Kenny was like 6'2", 6'3". Depends where you saw us, because if we were going to the club, then we would have all been in like 3-inch, 4-inch lifts. But if I was at like just at Westfield, I don't wear lifts. That's the only time I wear lifts, is like if we're going to the club, because all the boys wear it, right? Like Kalen, Kenny, well, Cooper doesn't. He's actually 6'5", 6'4". But Kayla and Kenny both wear at least 4 inches of lifts at the club. So if I'm not doing that, like, that's like Terra Mog, right? So I'm gonna wear like 3-inch, 4-inch lifts at the club, which makes me like 6'4", 6'5". Well, yeah, with the boots. But if I'm just out in public normally, I don't wear lifts at all. Exposing, like, it's not exposing, like, they're both 6'2", 6'3". 6'2". They're both 6'2", so. See Paul got clapped to try raw liver. Let's see. I look so sick. It's just this angle. I know it's bad lighting and shit. This camera's pretty bad as well, but yeah. Do I drink at the club? No, definitely not. Look, when I talk about clubbing, it's literally like once a month or something. Like, other than that, I'm locked in, right? Let's try to find the clip of Clav eating raw liver. I can't find it. Someone send the clip if you can. You can't send links though. Someone sends what to search. Should we watch Eddie Goki's live? Should we rate his live? Oh, actually, it's pre-recorded. Let's just react to it anyway, though.
So it's true.
Let's watch a bit of this.
Trite and banal, insipid, jejune, vapid, bleak nonsense from you, Dr. Mandel.
You need to slow down, Fred.
It's spacious. There's so much room for criticism.
Okay, hold on. Okay, you send the link. Okay, bet. Alright, appreciate it. Do I salt all my foods heavily now? Not always. But like, I do use salt. It's not like I need it to eat though. Okay. Yeah, good one, you rickrolled me. Okay. Kind of, that's actually, I respect that, because that's been like a while. It's been a while since I've seen one of those. All you do is listen to Godus. Look at the real sources. Yeah, but I'm not falling for that shit. What do you think of Buteyko breathing method? I think the point of it is to increase the Bohr effect in the blood, but it's not actually doing that. CO2 tolerance is a different argument, but if it's like to increase oxygen uptake into cells, it's not going to do that. Address the dyed eyebrow. They're not allegations. Like, yeah, I dye my eyebrows. It's not allegations. Anyway, let's watch.
And what does this mean?
Let's see what this is saying.
Of atherosclerotic plaque consists of cholesterol. You absolute buffoon. You moron. You ignoramus. You should shut your channel down, Dr. Mandel. Everything you say and espouse on here and pontificate on here is absolutely erroneous.
These fatty acids in olive oil will help sustain normal blood sugar levels. And
Oh my
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Wow. The patent lack of understanding of human physiology from this man. From this oddly eccentric individual, this very animated individual. Blood sugar levels are regulated when you don't eat glucose, when you don't eat sugar, because there is a demand-driven process within every single one of our bodies called gluconeogenesis that occurs in the liver, in which the liver, the body, takes non-glucose precursors, particularly the backbones or the glycerol backbones of odd-chain fatty acids, but also amino acids as well, and turns it into glucose. I think I said that it was demand-driven, or that it is demand-driven, which means that it only creates glucose in the exact amount that is required at that given instance in time, which is good because glucose is toxic.
Well, it's toxic in like the sense that it causes glycation, but there are a lot of other pathways that cause glycation. And if you're constantly having high acetoacetate, which you will be on keto, then you're going to have high methylglyoxal, so you're going to have potentially even higher AG formation. It's an old live. It's not old. It's pre-recorded though. All right, thank you. How do you increase CO2 tolerance? I don't. Well, CO2 tolerance, you would like not breathe out as quickly. Like take space between breaths. Minute 9:20. He tried raw liver. He didn't though. When did he actually try it? Because I watched some of this live. It's really here when having orange juice. What are they eating here?
That we're at the intersection of, you know, being like wild cultures, right? So living in a traditional way and then coming into society.
Is it here?
I think it's much better than obviously doing it.
For a good date.
Alright, guys, where's the clip of him eating raw liver? Because I saw the shopping. I thought of reacting to it, but it was a bit boring. Like, there wasn't much content. How many IOIs do I get on average, like, per night? Well, I'm not constantly looking for IOIs, but, like, a decent amount. Look at the link I gave. Holy PMO. Yeah, I copied that. You said minute.
It takes a lot of oranges to make juice. But
Worth it.
It's worth it. It's really high quality. But
Okay.
orange juice,
920.
super good for
I
humans.
like mango juice too. Great.
It takes a lot of oranges to make juice.
Didn't you say minute 920? Hold on, let me change this to this. That's what I was on. Yeah, minute 920. He didn't try the liver at 920, yeah. No, I don't even want Godus to like watch my videos or like react to them. I don't really want to be associated with him, really. The only reason to go out clubbing is IOIs, well, yeah. Unless you actually want to get hookups, but that's not really what I'd try to do at the club. Like, it's all dirty skanks anyway. Do you think Nicodem promoting warm raw milk and honey before bed is just placebo effect, or is it actually a sleep remedy? Well, it can be like calming. Definitely warm is better than cold food. Warm food is definitely better, but you don't really want to have like long-lasting insulin before bed. So drinking milk is going to be quite insulinogenic. Yeah, we'll get Face IQ on call. It's going to be insulinogenic. So your insulin is going to last longer into your sleep compared to if you eat sugar, because insulin from protein lasts much longer than sugar.
generally, if you have healthy metabolism. 1 sec. I'll be back in a sec. I'm just gonna grab my charger and a cord to plug it in, and then we'll get Frost on call. Just entertain the chat, please, bro. Bro, having computer set up outside is way nicer than sitting inside. But I don't have my camera, so we gotta use this shitty camera angle. Anyway. Vape breaks? What? What on earth? Wait. Why are people suddenly thinking that I'm vaping? Where did this joke originate? Have you seen the new addict was talking smack against you? No, I haven't seen that. Bloat from carbs, I see. I'm not bloated though. Nietzsche warned us about people like Nicodem. That's not even how you spell Nietzsche. Well, I don't really know how to spell it. What's wrong with my nose? I don't know, is there anything wrong with my nose? Alright, I'm just opening Discord. Let's put the chat back on here. It's the eyebrows, buddy. Stop using artificial dyes. Dude, I do it like once every 2 months. Once a month. When you get on call with LARP IQ, ask him why he won't make the first thing on his app full free with all fierce unlocks. I don't think I'm gonna ask him that. I'll call it smoked salmon. Pretty good, pretty good. We all know Face IQ uses nicotine pouches off cam. I don't think he does. That's an interesting assertion. Yo. I see that motorcycle. Is that a reference? Yo, what's up first? It's good. Well, just doing a little live. Do I have a cold? Okay. Is it? My favorite. Why do people say that? Is that like a new joke or some shit? Yeah. Tattoo yourself? As always, tattoo yourself. Yeah. No idea. Why am I sitting in the sun? Because the sun is down on my yard. It's not on the desk. It's not on the balcony. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I see all these people, all these Jack Cruz guys on TikTok talking about how, like, the sun with water and melanin creates this photo battery. And it sounds cool, but they're kind of reaching for stuff. Like, they're really reaching for stuff with, like, the whole melanin creating electrons, or, like, what was the thing? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Bluetooth mic, yeah, I'm not even using this because it was cutting out. So I should put it away. To get heart cancer, laptop for eye cancer, and also a man-made smartphone for ball cancer. Yeah, we're cancer maxing over here. Do you sun gaze? Not indirect, not like for any health benefits. I don't look straight into the sun at midday. I think that's ridiculous. I think that's decent, like, or it depends, hot smoked or cold smoked. If it's lean, yeah. But also, if it's cold smoked, it's not gonna be, like, oxidizing fat, really. Most salmon is cold smoked. Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good. Did you hear what I was saying before? When I was on low carb, I would actually be like hypothermic in the morning, like sub 36 body temperature at some point. Yeah. Like did I eat enough fat? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was eating like tons of butter, lots of fatty meat, you know. Probably more fat than protein. Yeah. Yeah, as soon as you leave carnivore, it's like these little things that people want to like try to use to explain why you had things, but then you see people on eating carbs and they don't have all these little issues that people need to like micromanage small parts of their diet to not like suffer with these issues.
I know, yeah. 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 Mm. Interesting. Yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah. Like something yeah, like before 45,000 years ago, most people were in like equatorial regions, and then as soon, oi, shush. Dude, these dogs are crazy. Get the hell out of here. And then as we migrated to Europe, we can see a lot of copies of amylase started proliferating because we were like trying to maintain our carb intake with starch compared to sugar. Like that's how I see it. It's kind of convenient that it pops up that way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Why do you think LDL-C is not a problem when a lot of studies show it is? Well, show it is for what? Like for heart disease, atherosclerosis. I don't think there's any kind of significant association with that, really. What do you think? Yeah, yeah. I think both things are true. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is ghee a good replacement for butter? Well, I think that ghee is quite heated. I think ghee is heated over and over, which makes it a little worse. But if you can't really, oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, talk now.
They thought you were talking to a ghost.
Oh shit. Nah, yeah, okay, they can hear you now. I had that shit muted.
Oh, okay. Is the
Anyway,
volume good for me?
let's see what chat thinks. I'll check the
Yeah.
stream though.
It's like dead internet. How did no one like pick up on that? Like what?
Yeah.
I've been
Nah,
talking for
yeah,
10
okay, they
minutes.
can hear you now. I had that shit muted.
Oh, okay. Fuck. Is the
Anyway,
volume good for me? Optimal
let's see what
HSAP
chat
children.
thinks. I'll check the
Yeah.
stream though. I think it is good. Yeah.
I mean, in the modern society, the optimal HSAP children is like 30, but
You would say 30?
in the modern, dude, people don't have money.
With financial, yeah.
Yeah, dude, dude, like people don't have time. It's
For
not,
like the
it's not
average
that the
person,
kids
yeah,
talk-
for sure.
Yeah, it's not that the kid itself is expensive. It's that the time away from the job you need.
Yeah, yeah. Watch Dr. Arlo. Do you know who Dr. Arlo is?
Yeah, yeah, I know that guy. Dude, I want to get into the you know Matthew Negra.
Huh?
You know him, the vegan? Matthew Negra.
No?
Oh, you would recognize him.
Okay. Let me see.
He's in the Dr. Allo sphere.
Okay. Oh, yeah, no.
He's
No,
a
I do know
vegan.
him. Yeah,
he,
yeah, of course.
He debated Shafi and kind of beat Shafi, actually,
Seriously?
in a way. Yeah, I think he made Shafi look bad. Because Shafi didn't understand epistemology of nutrition. He was trying to fight epidemiology with epidemiology.
Right, okay. Got you.
Like, Dr. Anthony Shafi wasn't debating very well.
Is Dr. Allo someone I should review?
I mean, kind of isn't his face just melting off of his skull? It actually is.
This is like the vegan
Dude.
Bart K. If you look at his channel, it's literally like,
Oh my god, his face is melting off of his fucking skull, dude. Go to his shorts.
his shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Wow, holy
He
shit.
looks like he has Cushing syndrome, bro.
Yeah,
Like his face is so full of fluid.
that's
Or some shit.
insane. What the fuck?
Yeah. He has the horns effect.
The horns effect?
That's the opposite of the halo effect.
Got you. Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He has pretty bad hypertelorism as well.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he just looks like a, I don't know. Wouldn't trust him.
Dude, all his thumbnails are like AI slop.
Yeah, dude, these old people don't know how to succeed, do they?
Bro, I find it so funny. I've been seeing Bart K's new videos when he's working with like those he's working with some growth operated people to fix his channel. It's like
Right.
it's like give me 12 minutes, I'll give you 6 reasons to avoid salt. And then it's
Yeah.
like the thumbnail is like serious expression but AI and he's like pointing to salt.
Yeah, I'm looking. I mean, I think they are helping him.
Yeah, I know it's good, but it's funny. Or like the don't be fooled one with like the zombie.
Yeah. Who's that supposed to, I mean, that dead guy has more hair than Bart.
The thyroid function, bro. Lie. Avocado's a lie.
I mean, listen, and I'll say this on stream, on the record, like, I think Bart also, a trend I noticed is that he goes from having a different little, like, girl on his stream all the time. I think it's weird.
Really?
He-
Like Lisa.
Yeah. Like, he had Lisa, then he had the carnivore nurse, now he has a new little woman on his stream, and then, like, he'll make, like, sexual jokes towards them. I think it's weird.
And then
I
I
think Bart's ugly as fuck. I think he's weirding them out.
when he had
Uh,
True
yeah.
Eve on his stream, and then True Eve went back to carbs, he got a little mad.
Yeah. No, look through his live history. It's always like women. With
Wait,
him.
which channel though? Because he has like 5 channels.
Bart K Health Science. Go to live and then look through,
Mm-hmm.
and he finds a little a girl, and he's like, I just feel like it just seems weird to me. I don't know. It's weird to me.
He was gonna
I
do
think it's
part
weird.
2 reviewing the rest of our discussion, but he never did that.
Yeah, like I remember last thing I'll say on it. Bart was doing a live stream with the carnivore nurse, and he kept telling her, like, he was like making jokes about his balls. It was just like, bro,
Really?
I don't know.
Really?
It's just weird. Yeah, yeah, like with her in person, so like she can't do shit.
Oh, really? In person?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Dude, it's like those that reminds me of how Will Tennyson and Paul Saladino were making like beat my meat jokes
Yeah.
in that video.
But those are two men in person, so it's not like
Yeah, I know.
it's different.
It's not like groomy.
It's not as bad.
It doesn't seem like that.
Let me look at chat. So, yeah, I wonder if Bart, what he thinks about the Eddie debate.
He's just gonna like, if he watches it, he's just gonna call you a child the whole time. He's not actually gonna respond to any points.
Yeah, that's true. I recall asking Eddie, at one point I was like, so what is the harm
Yeah.
of someone not in keto eating a mango? Like, just tell me the harm, right? And Eddie was like, well, it'd be pretty hard to prove. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, but then it's like, that's my problem. The carnivores are going on about how damaging it is, but then you ask them directly and they're like, oh,
Yeah, I was arguing with a guy in DMs. He sent me a study supposedly proving that the higher methylglycol on keto is not damaging, but it was just this study on like nerve pain in mice, and they basically combined it in a test tube, methylglycol with ketone bodies, left it for 18 hours at 4 degrees Celsius, and then injected it. And that's like the best study showing like ketogenic diets scavenge methylglycol.
yeah. I mean, it's like, then a lot of keto benefits are, like, there's all these studies showing that it's just the microbiome it cultivates. It's not ketosis itself being a benefit. Which I think that's
Okay, got
interesting.
you, yeah.
Like, a keto diet
Like
will
with
lower
endotoxin?
endotoxin.
Yeah, for like, is this for like epilepsy and stuff? Like,
Yeah, like, it's speculative, but it seems that you could just simply have someone have a carnivorous microbiome, which you could still have with fruit in the diet, and then they'll get all the same benefits, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. 2 questions. Did you take the COVID vaccine? No. What are your opinions on white rice? I think the main issue with white rice is going to be glyphosate. But other than that, there's arsenic in
you don't
it.
think it's arsenic?
I think probably second
So-
would be arsenic. I don't know I don't
think
know how
arsenic's worse,
high
bro.
the arsenic is, but
It's higher than any fish that exists.
okay.
It's like really high.
Alright. Well, glyphosate then arsenic, I think. But I think the sugars are like easily digested.
Yeah, I mean, cream of rice is like very easy to digest.
Hmm.
Super.
Where the Cayenne and Happy Snail Giga Viral collab? Maybe when I come to the US at some point. That would be good.
Do you talk to them, or are they just saying like us four, or like? Because I haven't spoken to Kai Happy Snail in a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone in chat was just saying that, but I do talk to them like occasionally. Not so much
Okay.
Kai, but like interact online.
Kai's
with
on
Kai.
his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kai's on his own thing. I think he's like just trying to have a normie like life. which
Yeah.
I understand.
But I talked to Happy Snail. Dude, Happy Snail Devin sends me some weird shit on Snapchat. Like,
Yeah, I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. I don't know. I don't know.
like, it's like, he acts really gay, but
Yeah.
it's like to a point where I can't even tell if it's a joke anymore. Yeah, I appreciate the donor.
The classic Will Tennyson.
It's a bit
No, okay,
worse.
yeah.
It's a bit worse. Since you were like 11 during COVID, parents didn't give you the vaccine. Nah, I hadn't had vaccine since I was 5, and that was like the only one I had, apart from baby vaccines.
Why is this guy asking about Felix so much?
Yeah, I don't know. What even happened to him? The last I saw of him, he was posting like 100 videos a day on TikTok of just his ugly face. And I say that meaning like he was posting ugly videos of himself. Like he was mentally
I just
like
blocked him after all that,
schizophrenic,
so.
yeah. But then I had him blocked on like WhatsApp or Instagram, but then he like started sending me shit on TikTok again. And then I just blocked him. I saw his
Oh,
videos.
he followed me on. He like messaged me on SoundCloud.
He's
Yeah,
weird.
no,
I think he's like I think he had like an episode or some shit.
Yeah.
Cause last I heard,
The
him in
Prions.
Bali, he like got into a fight, crashed his bike, and then
went back to England. I think maybe he's in a mental hospital or some shit. I heard some rumors.
Mm.
Is detoxing and changing your eye color real? I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to know. I mean, people have the only like extreme change I've seen was from Mason, but it's hard to know how much that was actually true because the photos of before were kind of like weird lighting where you can't see the eyes clearly. But I'm open to the fact that he changed it. You're gonna learn a lesson from Bart. He's gonna hit me with his cane. What? I get that you wouldn't face like you were health maxing, but I don't understand why you vape. No one vapes.
Dude, yeah.
5 pesos from India. 2.5 USD, appreciate it. How to fix messed adrenals from sleep. More carbs doesn't work. Well, like, is it from like caffeine or, you know, chronic stress? Like, are you having a lot of EMFs in your house? That's a big thing.
It could be low salt or low sodium.
Okay. Yeah, so
Because if you don't have enough sodium, aldosterone can rise, and that's an adrenal function. Yeah. I don't know. Are you against salt? How do you feel?
no. I think you can overdo it and like maybe become a bit dehydrated, but that's kind of rare. It's only really from like really salty processed foods that are like are not balanced with potassium as well. Your eye color changed to the same extent as Mason? Okay, interesting. Oh, as you're older on a normie diet. Yeah, it happens for some people, I guess.
Debating against Bart is very hard.
It's
The
also
guy in chat.
not productive, really.
Yeah. I think Eddie, he was in pretty good faith.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I mean, I could do it and just like, maybe, I don't know, maybe he would embarrass himself with like, how
If
much,
you-
but-
If you stay composed and
Yeah.
you stay and you point out like calmly, like let's say he's yelling like, I have 16 years of this fucking you know, if he's just yelling, like you could just be like, listen Bart, like let's calm down, let's just discuss this, yeah, man to man,
You know,
calmly.
civilly,
Like,
yeah.
you know, if you're right, there's nothing to run away from here, you know.
Yeah.
If
If you
you-
cry about metabolism, but you need fiber for sugar, I don't think you would need fiber for sugar, because if you have higher, you know, glycemic foods, your insulin will just go higher, and then the blood sugar will come down quickly.
To the guy who said like if you've been carnivore for a while, you have insulin resistance, so fruit could cause
Yeah.
issues when you put it right back in.
What has my eye seen in your subscriptions? Godus and LARP IQ, and also Paul Saladino. Who are we supporting, Unk? What does that even mean, dude? How to heal bloating and gut issues? Well, it's probably the fact that you have a lot of fiber in your diet, or your microbiome's messed up, so you end up fermenting a lot of your foods. So the first thing would just be basing your diet around meat, and then that can, you know, restructure the microbiome. Then reducing fiber to the lowest extent you can, while keeping carbohydrates, you know, adequate, would be the biggest thing.
I'd add in something. I'd say the frequency of how much you eat. Like you could give your gut more time.
Oh, yeah.
Between meals to
Yeah.
heal.
Couple 3 hours. So that it,
No, I'd say more personally. Like I feel like healing your gut, it's like maybe you eat twice a day. I'd say.
Really? Okay.
Like no snacking, you know, like
Yeah,
all
yeah.
fruit. Yeah, no. 2 square meals.
Appreciate the donor. No caffeine in my diet and light conditions optimal. I have enough salt. My sleep has been terrible for 2 months. Started ever since I started raw carnivore. Well, what makes you think that it's the adrenal function? That's what I would ask, because you said before your adrenals are messed up.
Wait, so this guy's eating no carbs? Raw carnivore?
Apparently, yeah. Well, I would add
Wait,
back
so-
in carbs if your
Oh,
sleep's
he
been
has plenty.
terrible.
He has
then
carbs.
you have plenty of carbs. Okay.
Do you have adequate of, would you say, protein, fats, and carbs? It's a good place to start.
It also
And then I mean,
depends-
also what you could say, Dan, is, well, just do what you were doing when you had good sleep, for being logical.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, how quickly did you transition to this, like, different diet? Because you have to have time to adapt to it. Otherwise, you're gonna traumatize your body. Would you avoid ketosis? Because sometimes I like being in ketosis. Well, you always have ketones in your body, right? So it depends, like, what you call being in ketosis. But I would say, like, having low insulin between meals is definitely good. Not having chronically high insulin and chronically high blood sugar. What country would you move to, or would you just stay in Australia? I think Australia is pretty good, but I do want to travel and see for myself. High cortisol, or it just depends on your, like, socioeconomic status, right? Like, do you think the people who are at the top of the economy in Australia are gonna have, like, stressful lives compared to, like, people living in a third world country? You know, it's a much better life. But then if you compare, like, middle class in Australia to, like, upper class in those countries, then, you know, that might be comparable. Like, you could say people who work 9 to 5s, long hours, that's just more stressful life than someone who has a little bit, like, has similar money living in Bali. But then there are also downsides to living in Bali.
Dan, do you have like beliefs about sleep? So now that you've had 2 months of bad sleep, when you go to bed, are you like, oh fuck, I'm about to have bad sleep? Because that could literally be the cause.
You're wrong in every single claim you said, especially about fiber. Like, soluble fiber is a big difference than insoluble. Yes, it is true. But they can... I didn't say... Okay, hold on. Your sentences are incoherent. I can't really understand what you're saying properly. Your point. But there is a difference between soluble and insoluble. It doesn't mean fiber is... It doesn't mean one is good and one is bad. There's a difference. And I think both can be deleterious to your health if you have too much. And I don't think either of them serve any benefit.
I wanted to say something about Dan. So Dan, if you went back to your old diet and then your sleep is still bad, then you probably just have, it's a belief problem. Like
Yeah.
you just believe you're gonna have bad sleep. So Dan, imagine you went to bed and like you believed deep down like I'm about to sleep so good, you know?
Just put on some, like, Mummy sings you a lullaby so you have good sleep. That ASMR shit. And then you'll sleep a bit.
Yeah, Dan. Listen, take notes, Dan. I feel like you're not ignoring the chat at all. In fact,
I'm not ignoring the chat. There's just not much quality. Yeah, there's like seriously not much quality. Okay. Oh, okay, right. Gotcha. Sorry. You weren't debating me.
oh yeah, one thing also with gut, make sure you're getting enough collagen, too.
Yes, bone broth would be good. But
Yeah.
also just like cooked collagenous cuts.
Well, bone broth is probably better. If you're eating, like, if you have that with raw meat. Sure, use shampoo. I'm serious. I have used it max 5 times in my life. Why would you want to use shampoo? Like, just genuine question. Ask Frost why my chopper homeboy got a 7.2 side on labs. He's like a 5 side max, and he mapped it correct to not even the auto feature.
Well, if your friend is of a different ethnicity, then we do have ideals in progress for those, to be fair. But yeah, you know.
And it could have just been like the harmony feature.
Yeah, that as well. You could have good proportions, but look ugly.
Yeah. Can I debate you on how Fart IQ hides his vape in the milk bottle that he painted white inside so it's hidden? No, you can't debate me on that. Raw Marcus, who was that guy in the background? I don't know, some nobody. Are you guys fine? I don't know. What would you do if you had a mild stigmatism that can be fixed? Astigmatism? I don't even know what that means, to be honest. Do you know what that means for us?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Could be a joke, but I'm gonna look it up anyway. Oh, astigmatism. Blurry vision, eye strain, headaches. Well, I'd have to know like what the cause is. It would probably be like the lens not being able to adapt quick enough. So that can be a big issue with like screens, artificial lights, and like looking at things close to you. Often when you spend a lot of time looking at things close to you, the lens of the eye loses its ability to adapt quick enough. So then when you look around, your depth perception is worse, and then when you look at things with different, field of depth, then it becomes blurry.
Someone said, even though you guys say you're healthy, why do you sound rude sometimes? And then it's like, dude, the way you eat isn't gonna just like you're just God. You just have no problems in life, you know. But
it's like go to
also,
Euphoria, raw meat.
Yeah, which just some aspect of truth. I mean, yeah, bro, I was in a worse place in life when I was carnivore too. Like, but like people still have problems in their life even if they follow a perfect diet, bro.
People can still have the worst chat.
Like, for example, like
game.
the last 3 days of my life were fucking horrible, right? It's like, that's outside of diet.
That sucks, bro.
Yeah, I went to a family reunion.
Really? And that was bad.
Yeah, I can tell that they don't like me. Like,
Wow.
it's fake. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know those like distant relatives where they pretend they're like, oh, you know what I mean or no?
It's like forced interest that they're taking in you, or what?
It's like forced, yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like I'd rather people not even talk to me.
Like, you think they don't really care, or they actually just don't like you properly?
I don't think they dislike me.
Right.
I think I went to this family reunion and I get this energy of like they feel like they need to come say something to me,
Yeah, yeah.
but
No, I
they
hate
don't want to
that.
come.
I hate
Yeah,
that.
you know what I mean? And
I
I'm
know
like,
exactly what you
in my
mean, yeah.
mind, I'm like, all right, bro, don't even say anything then
Yeah, yeah.
to me. And I felt this energy of like, I felt this energy of just not being very welcome. So it was just sort of like, bro, why am I spending all this money to even see these people?
Mm,
You know? It's like,
yeah. When
also, like, I couldn't follow my diet as well. So
Oh, yeah.
perfectly.
Okay. When
Yeah.
I feel like that sometimes when I go to church, like people, like if I ever go to with my family, people feel forced to start conversations,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm just standing there like you don't even care. It's
Yeah, and they'll always like, you can read them. They're always gonna say some shit like, "How's school been doing?" It's like, bro,
yeah, like what are you up to
Yeah.
these days? Like what, yeah,
spare me that.
yeah, exactly. Just don't even talk to me. Someone reckons that it's because of the Catholic tilt though. What's your take on
Yeah, that's why.
that? Yeah.
Well, you see, they happen to have the same genetics as I do. So, Frost, I still see some authoritative traits in you. Even when I speak to Marcus. Well, I did not. I was unaware. When I sound depressed, because I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep at all because I was on a plane. But I think I got humbled, if anything.
Am I Catholic? No, I don't really subscribe to any religions, but my family is Protestant. Your eye is slightly misshapen so the light doesn't focus perfectly. How to heal the eyesight naturally? Well, I would start with like stopping looking at screens all day. That's the biggest thing. And then also practice focusing on distant objects, looking at far away objects and like big views with like lots and lots of distance variation and depth variation. That's gonna help. I would start there. And I would say if you're wearing glasses, then try weaning off those as well at the same time.
Yo, D8 mapping. That's part of why Ray Pete really liked fructose is because it displaces phosphate in the cell. It reduces it. And the carnivores look at this as a bad thing, though. But Pete looked at it as a good thing.
You know, Frost, I've read papers and I hear talk about glycation and like or AG formation. Or maybe it was the Maillard reaction. I don't know, but it favors like high phosphate and alkaline environments. Is that relevant at all to how like when your
I didn't know that.
glycolysis is up, your phosphate is down and like the environment's more acidic because of CO2?
I didn't know. So wait, so in acidic environments,
There's less
less
glycation.
glycation.
Yeah. I don't think. Well, I asked AI, and it doesn't reckon it's a rate limiting factor, but I think it's interesting. So
That is, yeah. Well, Hex, what I could say, and Marcus can also say what he thinks. I mean, for me, like, raw meat, honey, and raw butter, those three things is like my acne protocol for sure.
started
if you're
this
doing
diet
Axe.
to look max, even though my acne has gotten way worse. Do you have any reasons just off the dome? Well, it depends how long you've been on it. Like, your microbiome might be struggling to adapt to it. Something I would say, like, if it's just around, like, the early stages of the diet. Dan sent another $5, thank you. Please help, it's nuked my testosterone, I can tell. Everything is locked in. If it was adrenal thing, how to fix it's not psychosomatic. I wake up adrenalized. Well, if you reckon you wake up adrenalized, then I would get some... There's probably like a at-home kit to test adrenaline levels, similar to cortisol. I'd recommend you do that. And oh, thanks to the donor, Frost.
Oh yeah, I got you.
$6.90.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Would you ever do business ventures with Frost? I mean, as a person, I think he would be good to do that. I just don't see if there was something to do.
If the opportunity presented itself.
Yeah, but I don't think there's any reason to force it like that. I don't see anything that we could do.
Muscle meat is for dogs.
Okay, interesting. Then why is it like higher price in stores? And like the liver and the heart are like the things that we feed to dogs.
Well, heart's a muscle, to be fair. But
Yeah.
why did the Inuit they actually fed the dogs the organs, which is the funny part.
What do you think about eating 300 grams of fat a day? I think you'll get fat pretty quickly if you do that. It depends on
300 G's?
how big you are, but 300 grams of fat is a lot.
Yeah. That's
I would
pretty high.
half that.
Your digestion would probably be like too loose if you know.
Yeah.
Like 300.
Yeah.
That's just, yeah.
Is working outdoors optimal? I think, yeah, the most amount of time you can spend outdoors, if it's good weather, the healthier you'll be.
Debate vegan IQ. Come on, bro. That's too hard.
Debate vegan IQ.
That guy's a beast.
Is that a real person?
It's a guy who, it's kind of funny. You should go look him up. Go to his shorts
Okay,
and play it on stream.
okay. What the fuck? Let's see this.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's not loading. Why isn't it loading? Okay, here we go.
Go to his
Ugly,
shorts.
ugly,
Yeah.
super ugly. This guy actually looks like he has a really good personality. He has a really good hairline considering he's, 50, 60, maybe 90? He's got the hunter eyes going for him. I would be scared to look him in the eyes. I feel like he would just bend
That's not your voice, right? That's AI.
No, it's
me over and dominate me. He has a
like the
beard,
factual
which is a sign of
victim
high testosterone, which you actually don't want. Ugly. Okay, this guy is actually really attractive. I'm kind of getting turned on by him. Wow, he is super sexy. There's actually been a recent correlation study done by Dr. Hamza
Hamza
Ahmed
Ahmed.
showing that brown men
Hamza Ahmed
are the most attractive out of any race. Okay, so I put this guy into my editing program because we can see he is too masculine. So we're just going to make some changes
shorten
and
his face.
make him look a little less
Give
like
him
a
SFS.
misogynist. Yeah, looking better already. Just got to make the lips more kissable, fix the Kental tilt. Yeah, this looks pretty good. This is just kind of a rough idea of what he should look like. You can achieve this look with thumb pulling, zygotape, mewing, and most importantly, a diet high in calcium, which will be used to remodel your bones. Eat stuff like spinach and kale, watercress. Yeah, let me know what you think.
And I probably ate a little.
Don't care. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. You just wasted the chicken's life, you old wrinkly fucking sagging
Just wasted the chicken's life.
bitch.
in the beginning.
Look at how bad her coordination is.
Really well for us
This
in
probably
the
means she has
beginning
cancer from the meat. Fucking bitch.
breakfast.
Look at how ugly she is.
Can't
What the
see from
fuck? Oh my god, bro. Oh my god.
Happy New Year.
How could you do this? I need a moment. Okay, guys, I'll try to make
video.
it through the video.
Okay, I'm gonna finish my electrolytes.
Only
Chris
meat
got up
munchers need
really early. He
electrolytes.
always goes to the gym. Super
Gym is
early in the
super
morning.
healthy. That's
he came
good.
home and made me some bacon.
Nigga, stop. Oh my god, you are casually showing us dead
Ribeye
animals. What?
steaks.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Dude,
Cut them.
how have people not posted
voice,
this on
right?
TikTok? And he's on
I don't
TikTok
know.
as well.
They should be more viral, for sure. Dude, the voice sounds a little too real.
Yeah, that's scary.
It's good.
Nice and thick for
I
us.
can't do this anymore.
You couldn't say.
You need to raise your cortisol. Here's why. The world
Need a race.
lied about cortisol to stop you from mogging, and I can help you. First, you need to shut the fuck up about sleeping
Old videos.
8 hours. Sleep for 2
Yeah.
and drink a Red Bull. You just saved 6 hours and get the same energy whilst raising your cortisol. Clavicular followed my cortisol raising regime and started
Interesting. Yeah, that's funny. Why is Face IQ so
How
sexy?
attractive is face IQ? Fruits has a beautiful, positive cantle tilt in eyebrows, perfect nose shape, beautiful facial thirds, so sexy, a strong and thick neck, very good jaw to cheek ratio. Face IQ is a 9.4 out of 10.
The person behind that account looks like. Like they're saying they're making it how to raise your cortisol.
Today we'll be analyzing Benjamin Netanyahu's face. I'm Israeli, but that won't affect my rating at all. First off, he has a beautiful...
Dude, he sounds like Max the Meat Guy in this. He made you sound
Today
like
we'll
Max
be
the Meat Guy.
analyzing Benjamin Netanyahu's face. I'm Israeli, but that won't affect my rating at all.
How attractive is Diddy? What is he doing something differently?
How attractive is Diddy?
How attractive is Diddy? Diddy has a neutral
Yeah, he doesn't have your voice.
cantal tilt, a bad eye separation ratio, bad facial thirds, bad chin to philtrum ratio, a lot of fat in his submental region, a bad face height to width ratio, but he has a good nose to mouth width ratio, throws cool parties, and has dense medium set eyebrows. Diddy is a 3.75
Is this accurate? Diddy's a 3.75?
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah.
out of 10 facially,
Oh, is that like
a bottom
just a real rating?
15%
Just
face.
solid.
I don't know if it is a real rating.
Cantal
It's
tilt,
actually-
a bad eye separation ratio,
Yeah, this is like...
Interesting.
Nah, it's
bad
like-
facial
I'd say
thirds,
inaccurate.
bad chin to philtrum ratio,
It's
a
like
lot
there's
of
no
fat
joke.
Yeah.
in his submental region, a bad face height to width ratio, but he has a good nose to mouth width ratio, throws cool parties, and has dense medium set eyebrows. Diddy is a 3.7.
Yeah.
How attractive is Adolf Hitler? Hitler has a good positive cantal tilt, but droopy eyelids which make it look negative, a bulbous nose, and protrusive ears which make it hard for him to mog. He has thin lips and thin sparse eyebrows. However, he has a good face height to width ratio, medium set cheekbones, and good facial thirds. His philtrum to chin ratio is off, and he has a lot of fat in his submental region. Hitler is a 4 out of 10 facially.
That's what I said. Okay, that's enough of vegan IQ. It's not funny anymore.
Indeed.
What's up, Dom? What's the width of Frost's neck? That would be
Good
kind of
question.
weird if I could answer that question.
Yeah, he could just say 19 centimeters out the dome.
Alright, I want to react to videos, but I wanted to...
Yeah.
But, let me
Oh, what'd you
see.
say?
I have a playlist of reactions. But these are not going to be fun to watch on live, I don't think. Let's watch Dr. Eric Berg, the healthiest foods in your diet.
Okay, bet.
And
Wait, do you want to react? You want to react yourself or mute as well?
We can both do it.
Okay, yeah, do it on Discord too then.
Yeah. Wait.
Okay.
Is that working? Yeah, okay, bet.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to discuss the absolute healthiest foods that you should be eating. Now, how do we figure this out? So let's just take a look at what the definition of food is.
Okay.
Food is that which is eaten to sustain life, provide energy, and promote the growth and repair of tissue. So, if you eat something that doesn't sustain life, that doesn't give you energy, that doesn't help your tissues grow and repair, it's not food.
Yeah.
That's a bad definition.
And if we
Yeah, but
Because it's
like,
ignoring nutrients. 'Cause
yeah,
things without nutrition count for all three.
you can eat something that's deficient in nutrients, but it's still helping you sustain life. It's
Yeah.
like poor food, but I guess it's still food.
take a look at what foods create the most disease, well, ultra-processed foods. That's a real polite way of saying junk foods. So before we get into the actual foods, what are ultra-processed foods?
Ultra-processed.
The word ultra means to the extreme. Processed, in the specialized definition of food, means something that has been altered using either chemical or mechanical or heat or other methods to change something into something else. And so they can start out with
And none of those make it unhealthy inherently.
corn and turn that
Yeah.
into something that doesn't even resemble corn, okay? That's ultra processed.
Positive.
And I don't know
In
why they
fact, I mean, we could be processing many plants and be removing toxins.
Yeah, it would make it healthier.
If anything.
Exactly.
can even call this food because it doesn't sustain life. You can't live on it.
It does sustain life though. If you're eating something with like carbohydrates, any macronutrients that's helping you sustain life, like doesn't matter if it's unhealthy or not.
True.
It doesn't give you energy. It makes you tired.
It
There are
does give you energy,
basically no nutrients except for
but yeah, it will make you tired.
the
probably.
few synthetic nutrients that they spray on it. And it doesn't promote growth, especially. And we're talking about like even a growing child that needs high quality amino acids and high quality fatty acids. So if we look at a scale from, I'm going to call it non-food, all the way to the other side of some whole food that has bioavailable nutrients. So that means it would have to have vitamins, minerals, trace minerals, amino acids, and fatty acids, and other things too. And I think fiber might be important
He
as well.
doesn't think of carbs as a nutrient.
He doesn't.
think.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's something interesting you and Eddie were talking about. He said
Mhm.
the definition of a nutrient is something that you need to eat to sustain life. Is that what he said?
He believes that for something to be a nutrient, it has to be an essential nutrient,
Right.
which doesn't make sense to me because
No.
by that logic, then saturated and monounsaturated fats aren't nutrients.
And creatine and taurine aren't nutrients either.
Then nothing's a nutrient. It's just stupid. It's like, okay, anything beyond 13 grams of protein a day is not a nutrient anymore. And then by that logic, okay, eat 1 gram of EPA and DHA. There's all your nutrient. It's just, stupid.
Yeah.
Simply because fiber is something that your microbes do eat. And I'm not talking about added fiber, just the fiber that comes within certain foods. But we do know the essential things, essential fats, essential proteins, but there's no essential
Right.
carbohydrate.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, you'll probably know this as well. Like, essential fats, essential proteins. So we need about 13 grams of protein a day, essentially. Then we need about 1 gram of essential fatty acids.
Yeah.
So if we're looking at
is
what's essential, we need almost nothing from anything.
Yeah.
So then, okay, carbs aren't essential. And then again, if they're essential or not has no bearing on whether we should have them for optimal health. As you
Yeah,
say.
we don't need to eat saturated fat. We don't need to eat monounsaturated fat.
There's not a single gram, well, maybe the bar K of fucking carbs. There's not a single gram of saturated or monounsaturated fat required in the human diet. It's just retarded as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally retarded.
Rates. We can actually live
Like, Eric always talks in very vague terms all the time.
without carbohydrates. On the flip
Yeah.
side, there are some important nutrients in vegetables. Vitamin C.
Interesting. I mean,
Not-
again, fruits are a better source of everything here.
Yeah, but
I mean-
again, these aren't unique to plants anyway.
Folate.
I mean,
and
phytonutrients.
he's putting up an avocado on there. That's not
That's
a
a fruit.
vegetable.
Yeah, it's and a
a
capsicum
tomato.
and tomatoes. Yeah, most of this is
And-
fruit.
So he really should just say low carb fruits if that's what he wants.
Yeah, and the phytonutrients.
Also,
still
the
no proven
phytonutrients
benefits.
are actually in grass-fed beef as well. Anyway.
Yeah, some of them beta
So-
carotene, and
Yeah.
Potassium, magnesium, and phytonutrients, which have a lot of additional interesting properties that go
potentially
Interesting.
Some of them interesting. Yeah.
Okay, are they interesting in the way they fucking give you cancer?
A lot of them.
Interesting properties.
Yeah. The pro-oxidant properties.
Wow.
Yeah, nice.
beyond just basic nutrients, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, etc.
Yeah, none of that is even established.
I mean, it's important
However-
to also recognize one thing. Like, let's say the avocado has a lot of vitamin E, yet the proof it depletes
it's
your
depleting
own
it.
vitamin E.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Right,
It's
yeah, it's
all
like,
there to
okay.
defend the plant's
Yeah,
fats. It's
yeah.
there to stop the plant's fats from oxidizing to support the plant.
Exactly. Yep.
That being said, you can find in grass-fed beef a lot of
That does not
That's
look
not
grass
grass-fed.
fed.
Yeah, bro.
That looks like pork. What the fuck?
Yeah.
phytonutrients. That's right. There's not a lot
Oh,
of
you said
research
it.
in this area as far as the difference between the two or the bioavailability, but they're in there, like I'm demonstrating right here in this picture.
Total
Okay.
phytochemical, like terpenoids, flavonoids, flavonols, and other polyphenols. I think those
Wait,
would all be
what's the bar that
deleterious.
says Dr. Eric Berg? Is he trying to say?
Yeah, what the fuck? I didn't even look at that.
Is that like his body? His body's full of them. What?
What kind of
What is he
chart
trying to
is
say?
that? Is that a joke or what?
I guess if you eat him, you get the most polyphenols.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll
know.
stay away
I don't
then.
know. Yeah.
Sure.
That's actually
And you
what
can
is he
see
doing.
the
So, what's your take on these polyphenols? Because from what I've seen, they only like trigger, they trigger antioxidant defenses, which can raise glutathione, but they're having pro-oxidant effects. So it's like xenohomeostasis is the what's happening.
Some of them have interesting properties, like L-citrulline in orange juice can like give you a pump in the gym, or
Right.
maybe they have little use cases, but I don't think they're like the key of what we're looking for from
No,
food.
for sure, obviously.
You
not.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
level of phytonutrients in my
And as well as that, like with the hormetic pro-oxidant stress, which kind of raises glutathione and a lot of these antioxidant defenses, that can sometimes even worsen your redox potential if that gets too high. So that can worsen your mitochondrial function if you have like too high of reduced glutathione over what the fuck am I saying? Oxidized glutathione, right?
cattle. And you can see it's much higher,
Yeah.
especially than the grain-fed. And this is probably because my cattle get no grain. It's all grass-fed, grass-finished.
Oh, that's his cows?
And
Oh, okay. That was not made clear.
Wait, go back. So they're that much better than a grass-fed ribeye? I don't get it. What is... Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's
What's
pretty
the
crazy.
difference?
Yeah, what does he do differently? Wait,
What is...
in my
yeah,
cattle.
I guess
And you can
it's
see
that.
it's much higher, especially than the grain-fed. And this is probably because my cattle get no grain. It's
Okay.
Oh, so I guess the grass-fed's
It's
grain
not
finished,
grain.
maybe?
Yeah, it's not grass.
especially than
Yeah.
the grain-fed.
Well, that's a huge
And this is
fucking
probably
move, then.
because my
Wow.
cattle get no grain. It's all grass-fed, grass-finished. And even in eggs, right, you can get certain phytonutrients, which are plant-based compounds. So you don't always have to get these phytonutrients from plants. Now, if you look at a vegan's diet, you can't really get all of the nutrients without adding or supplementing to a vegan
See, he really softened that claim, didn't he? You can't
Yeah.
really get all of the nutrients without supplementing. No, you can't get all of the nutrients.
diet,
He dances
especially
around to
B12
appeal to people.
Yeah,
and
he's a big channel boy.
other nutrients that are not as bioavailable. And
Well, not as bioavailable or just like patently
Absent.
unpresent. Yeah.
to be fair, you can get these from algae, but I mean, wouldn't be the way I go.
You can get DHA from algae.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. It wouldn't really be the way that people would, intuitively.
Yeah,
eat
it wouldn't be. You can piece together a vegan diet from all these weird places, things from all around the world that wouldn't even be in the same place. But like,
It's not a sensible way to eat anywhere.
No.
Then we also have DHA, which is omega-3. And also, the amino acids are different from plant to animal. You can still do it being a vegan. I'm not saying that you can't, but it's just a little more difficult. You have to combine certain things to get the complete amino acid profile. The bottom line is there's just more quality amino acids in animal products than there are in plants. Now, in vegetables, you have also certain
higher quality protein because they contain more of certain amino acids.
nutrients, but for example, like cruciferous vegetables, you can cook them, you can steam them, and
hold on, let's say what he was saying.
In plants. Now, in vegetables, you have also certain anti-nutrients, but for example, like cruciferous vegetables, you can cook them, you can steam them, and reduce a lot of these.
Yeah, you won't get all.
I mean, it's just the most. This whole thing of like, we have a food and then we can do a process to reduce the toxin. Please first prove to me I should eat the food with the toxin over the other foods. Like, why? What is that logic?
Yeah, what's the benefit of these foods?
I've never got this from the normie channels.
Yeah.
Anti-nutrients. Nuts also have anti-nutrients.
Like, why should we eat nuts? For what?
Yeah.
High in omega-6?
If there was an essential thing we needed, then okay, what's the best way to prepare them? Sure.
Yeah.
But
soak them overnight. It's called germination. Even roasting nuts.
It's just because he doesn't want to like say you should eliminate this, because people like to have all of these different things in their diet, and he's just trying to again just appeal to people with this.
But think of it, people always said that about Paul. Do you think that's his true intention, or do you think he believes that we should eat these things? Because people said that about Paul, but I don't think Paul changed his perspective.
In what way? In what way does Paul
I don't
do
think
it?
Paul... Well, people were saying Paul said to eat fruit because it's all a huge cover-up and he's lying about carnivore.
Okay.
I think he had cramps, and I think it helped his problem.
No, I think
so it's like we could assume the same thing about Berg. Is he just trying to appeal to people?
Yeah, but,
I don't know. Going no carb isn't very appealing.
Yeah, but he still doesn't say like with, at least with Paul, there's a benefit. There's a proposed benefit to adding back fruits, but with like nuts, cruciferous vegetables.
But I'm saying he may believe. Truly deep down, he may believe. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Reduce the anti-nutrients. On one extreme, we have the ultra-processed ingredients, right, which really is composed of 3 or 4 main ingredients with a lot of additional chemicals. So let me just give you one example. This was my favorite snack in college. Let's just take a look at what the ingredients are. Corn, vegetable oils, corn, canola, and or sunflower oil. So number one, realize that corn is not like sweet corn. Okay, it's called dent corn or field corn. You can't eat it. I mean, it's disgusting. So they're processing it to put it in a powder and then flavoring it and putting all sorts of things on it to make it taste edible. And then the seed oils are highly inflammatory. And then we have malto.
I mean, so what oils does he think are in the nuts?
Yeah, it's the same. It's like high omega-6
thing.
oils.
Yeah, it's often worse.
In the nuts, this canola oil wouldn't have as many
canola
omega-6s
isn't as bad,
Yeah, as the nuts,
Dextrin. It has worse effects on your blood sugars than actual sugar. It's high.
Worse. Like,
that's just because it's a starch instead of split, with fructose. So.
Yeah.
Highly processed monosodium glutamate, of course, just.
That's MSG. That'll kill your taste buds actually. Because it's so stimulating. It's literally like a drug. It stimulates so much dopamine. That's why they put it there.
Yeah.
To stimulate your appetite. Artificial colorings, artificial flavorings, and natural flavorings, and then some other chemicals too. Now, what's interesting about this is take a look at the fats. I don't know if you can see. Total fats, 8 grams. That's per serving size, 12 chips.
No, it's part of his. It's in moderation. Like it's part of his balanced diet.
That's 10% of all the calories. I mean, people think that saturated fat
It's 10% of all the calories.
is the worst thing right in here, but it has 1 gram. Then what is all the other fats in there? Unsaturated fatty acids. That's the thing that's creating a tremendous amount of damage in our bodies because it's the vegetable oils, highly
eat the nuts
processed,
then.
highly inflammatory. Yet when we think about junk foods, no one's really saying to avoid the unsaturated fats. It's all about the saturated fat.
Yeah, that's something I've like come across. People talk about junk foods and it's like McDonald's is unhealthy. Why? Oh, they are high in saturated fat because it can lead to heart disease. Well, really, it's not. It's not high in saturated fat. Like, they're frying it in polyunsaturated fats. They're putting sauces on it that have polyunsaturated fats. But then these mainstream people say the reason junk food is unhealthy is because of saturated fat. Well, it's like kind of some of the the lowest saturated fat foods, actually.
Mm-hmm. And I think even the cheese is not. It's like made with seed oils.
Yeah.
So it's like
Especially cheese sauces, like people with the dippy cheese and stuff.
This is why some
Drippy cheese.
companies will say, hey, this junk food has no saturated fats. And you think, oh, wow, that's healthy. Not quite. And the last thing they have on there is guaranteed fresh. Okay? Guaranteed fresh. Like taking an apple off of a tree type fresh. You know, the purpose of ultra processed food is to increase shelf life and make it cheap and make it very tasty. Okay? And so I really think the essence of healthy foods is really how much life that food has. How dead can you make a food when you're cooking it 5 times using massive pressure?
Yeah. Well,
interesting.
Let's just all go eat raw then. Is that what he's going to say next? Eric's going
Chemicals,
primal.
heat. It's in the pet foods.
Heat, yeah.
It's in infant formulas. 67% of all teens' calories are ultra-processed foods. And so, yes, they all have chemicals and everything, but I think the thing that's
Every food has chemicals.
really important to understand is the basic tree.
His tomatoes have nicotine, you know?
Yeah. Dude, something I like about, well, something that is more logical in a lot of, you know, mainstream normie kind of nutrition side, like communities like Jacob Foods compared to like Primal Bros, is when Primal Bros will say like, it's got all these chemicals in it, like read the ingredients list, and then people like Jacob Foods will like put all the different chemicals in like a fruit, and it's like a long ingredients list.
Yeah.
It's like like a long ingredients list, lots of chemicals. It's not a good argument, you know.
Yeah.
They got
Definitely
them there.
not.
Ingredients. Number 1, the synthetic sugars, the basic synthetic starches, which is like modified food starch or maltodextrin, and the synthetic oils, which are the
Pete was very against the modified starches. I forget why.
Okay.
But yeah. There's a
saturated seed oils. Those are the things that you need to really pay attention to and make sure they're not in your refrigerator. All right, let's finally get to the purpose of this video, which is the list of the healthiest foods.
Okay.
I forgot what the video was about.
Yeah, it's 7 minutes in.
It took only the last 3 minutes of the video. Okay.
1.
Wow, that's
beef,
a farm.
as in red meat. The exact food that everyone's saying to avoid. And I'm not talking about grain-fed, I'm talking about grass-fed,
Put a little
grass-fed.
leaf on there.
Grain-fed or grass-fed, it's healthy.
And so you can't just lump in grass-fed cows that are on pasture, that are rotated with all the processed meat. And also, I've never met anyone who is allergic to beef. Beef is high in glutamine. Glutamine heals your gut. In fact, it's the highest source of glutamine. And so many people have gut inflammation. This is why someone that goes on...
Okay, well, hold on. So we've got... He said a lot of things here. He's like, you can't lump in red meat, grass-fed, rotating on pasture with processed meat. Yeah, absolutely. Why? Because processed meat has additives. Okay, we've got that. Then he's like, red meat has glutamine. Glutamine heals your gut. A lot of people have inflammation. Like, whoa, slow down. What are we talking about? Gut or inflammation? Like, glutamine, gut healing, inflammation. Slow down a bit.
A beef diet or a carnivore diet starts to heal their gut and a lot of other inflammatory conditions.
Okay.
You know?
Yes.
Notice I didn't say chicken.
I mean, red meat's the most nutritious food on the planet.
It's high in saturated fat. Quality amino acids.
Chicken. Chickens are fed grains, which really dramatically increase the omega-6 fatty acids. However, there are certain chickens.
Yeah, well, why did you suggest to eat nuts?
It's interesting that he has nuts, yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't fit in with his philosophy at all.
No, he doesn't like omega-6 fats, and then he puts the nuts, which are like the highest source.
That are soy and corn free that you can get, which I don't know where you can get them, but they're much healthier.
Yeah,
All right, number 2, wild caught fatty fish, like salmon for.
That's not wild caught. And I wouldn't say the.
Well, let's just say what he means. Wild caught fatty fish.
I mean, an average person, at least in the
waters.
U.S., consumes 32% of all their calories. At least in the U.S., consumes 32% of all their calories in the form of these seed oils. And number 3, which is shellfish, clams, oysters, shrimp, lobster, crab, things like that. You not only
tend to be quite lean.
Can get the omega
Be like good source of
3 fatty acids, but you can get all the trace minerals, and you get high quality protein. I mean, oysters are just loaded with zinc. Then number 4 is eggs. I think it's really important to buy the highest quality eggs.
Okay, he didn't explain why the fatty wild caught fish is good, but we can assume he meant DHA.
Omega-3s.
Yeah. Yeah, so omega-3s are less stable than omega-6s even because of the double bonds. They can have up to 6 double bonds. But they don't oxidize into the same compounds, right? So they don't produce 4-H and E when oxidized. So it's
I think they're less of an issue than
not as
if
bad,
they're oxidized. Well, also I was gonna say, I think the fish oil is a lot worse because that has the opportunity to make these end products that won't happen if you get it from a whole food.
Organic, pasture raised, super amounts of nutrition, especially in the yolk. They're also very high in choline, which can help a fatty liver. Okay, number 5 is fermented.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Who knows, man? Maybe.
I don't like the claims that he makes like that. Like just like
right.
blanket
It's like
statements.
he just like sneaks that in there. Right?
Yeah.
The beta carotene will heal your fucking heart. And
we have carrots that are good for your eyes, you know.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Yeah.
Vegetables. I'm mainly talking about either sauerkraut or kimchi. And
I wouldn't say these are very healthy.
the reason I put those on the list is because they're great.
They're mainly prebiotics.
Probiotics.
Yeah.
Sauerkraut has like 10 times the vitamin C of any vegetable.
That has nothing to do with probiotics.
It also is that necessarily better? Is more always better?
Yeah, excess vitamin C can turn into oxalates.
Yeah. That's with any nutrient, you know, when he says red meat has a ton of iron, it's like, okay, well, fair, but how much do we want?
It's loaded with the prebiotics, the fiber, and the probiotics, which are the microbes. Plus,
yeah, but it's microbes that are just digesting fiber though, as well. Like the probiotics that are in it are just gonna be microbes for plant digestion, and then the prebiotics are just gonna feed microbes in your gut for plant digestion. So is that something you really want to have? Like, if you're gonna be consuming a lot of plants, then sure, but what's the reason that we want to be consuming lots of plants in the first place?
it's made from cabbage, which has a lot of great things for gut health, glutamine. And I think a lot of people don't realize that these microbes contribute so much to your health. I mean, just take a look at what happens after an antibiotic to your health.
Do these specific microbes contribute lots to your health though? Like these plant fermenting microbes?
The worst thing an antibiotic would do to my health is the fact I can't get sunlight. I mean, really.
Why? What would that be?
Like doxycycline builds up in your skin and it makes you very sensitive to the UV.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, because you're on antibiotics, right?
I finished it. Which antibiotics will do that?
Pretty sure all of them. Have you gotten burned?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I'm fine.
Goes right down the tubes. So we need to emphasize foods for our probiotics. All right, number 6, I'm going to include the leafy greens. That could be anything from arugula, to spinach, to just high quality lettuce that's grown on soil. You also have folate.
High quality lettuce that's grown on soil as opposed
I'm
to
glad it's grown on soil.
Yeah.
Glad it's not grown on
concrete. What the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
What do we have? The classic vitamin
folate,
C,
vitamin C,
potassium.
potassium, magnesium. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, here's the thing. It's disingenuous because if you want to absorb the minerals, you're going to have to cook it. You're not going to get the vitamin C and the folate.
Yeah.
If you want the vitamin C and the folate, you're not going to get the minerals from the oxalates.
Yeah,
it's
you're
like,
not gonna get the potassium and magnesium.
You got to pick the top or the bottom two.
Yeah, and it's not as if folate is like they always say folate, but it's not as if folate is anywhere near like low in red meat anyway.
If you're having egg
vegetables.
yolks, it's like, bro, you're good on folate with egg yolks.
Vitamin C, you have potassium and magnesium. Yes, it's true that spinach is high in oxalates, but if you consume cheese with spinach, or you cook your spinach, you can reduce oxalates.
That's like the most retarded.
Yeah,
like,
that's like zero
I feel like
nuance
that's a
at all.
weird. That's like a weird. Well, firstly, if those calcium is getting bound to oxalates, that's not a good thing to have.
Yeah, and
that forms
can form kidney stones. Yeah, but also the oxalic acid is usually already bound up to the minerals before you eat it in the food.
That's a very interesting little hack he has.
Yeah,
it's not good. Yeah.
Wow.
7. Organ meats. I personally don't like liver.
Oh, why?
That's
interesting. I wonder why.
Even though I know it's super healthy, I can't eat it for some reason, but I do like.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I've been there. Like forcing the liver down.
Yeah.
I mean.
No, honestly, I've actually liked it at periods of time, but.
Yeah, but I've been there when I was not listening to my body with liver before.
Yeah.
Like cod liver, and I get it in a can. It's loaded with omega-3 fatty acids.
Yeah, okay.
And it has a lot of other good things, and I like
I
the
just don't get
taste.
the obsession with maxing them out. That's my thing. Like, yeah, they're good, but
yeah, you need DHA, but then
you need you need about 0.2 grams per day. So it's like one egg yolk is beyond enough.
0.2 grams per day. Okay, crazy.
200 milligrams.
That's essential. That's the essential that you need, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And maybe you want 2 grams of DHA. That's 8 times that or 10 times that. But it's like we don't need 10 grams.
Yeah.
Doesn't taste like liver. Number 8, certain herbal spices. And I'm talking about garlic,
oh, he's gonna say anti-cancer properties.
onion, sage,
B21
thyme, sea salt, which is not an herb, but it's just something I want to throw in there.
Did he say sea salt?
Oh, okay.
Thyme, sea salt, which is not an herb, but it's just something I want to throw in there. Basil and cinnamon.
To be fair, sea salt is more contaminated than like the lab-made salt.
Really?
Something to think about.
Okay.
Yeah, because the lab-made salt is just sodium chloride, pure.
Yeah.
Then the sea salt has contaminants to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like that's where if you let the like always being natural thing can. Yeah.
It can come back to bite you, yeah, for sure. Like it's always better.
Like Paul Saladino is obsessed with having a sea salt, and he's trying to find the one with the least amount of metals. But it's like, bro, table salt has none.
How is the lab-made sodium chloride made? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something worse about it.
Yeah.
But I know from a contaminant perspective, it has less.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of
all
like
these herbs
seawater
have
or
special
bottled water. I mean, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you gonna?
Compounds that can help in various ways.
Special compounds that can help in various ways. Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Good. I'm glad.
Now, there's one popular video. I explain a lot more about the number one food that is the most anti-inflammatory.
Segueing us to the next
video. And I want you to know more about this.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay.
I can read you like a book, little guy. Nice little marketing there, bro. Yeah. Dude, he just wants to keep the people on his channel all day. What do you think of the video?
Pretty shit. I mean, he has like
it's not,
overall his
bro,
list his list isn't horrible, but the explanations are pretty bad. To be fair, like the logic behind it is pretty bad.
I think I just didn't get anything. If I watched that video, and I mean, I'm a person who thinks for myself, would I watch that and think I should eat nuts? No, I didn't get a reason for it.
Same, yeah. We didn't get a reason for like a lot of the things. We didn't get a reason for
It's like,
fatty fish, the spinach.
well, I mean, let's talk about the leaves. So the leaves, he says, they have folate, vitamin C, magnesium, and potassium. And then they have like, I don't know, one thing that heals your gut or something he's talking about. It's like
glutamine.
And then they have the toxins.
Yeah.
It's like, could you explain to me why I choose that to try to neutralize the toxins as opposed to getting the same nutrients
from something else without the toxins? Exactly.
Yeah. That's all I'd ask for.
Yeah.
I'm yet to ever hear why.
Yeah.
Because no one likes to force the spinach. I mean,
yeah. Like everything he said, he basically named other foods that are better that you can get those with. Like even the glutamine, he said that heals your gut. That's in red meat. That was one of his main arguments for red meat.
Yeah, interesting. And he didn't touch on, I guess he's anti-carb. Because they're not essential. Was that his reason?
Yeah, I don't really get his reasoning for being anti-carb. I haven't seen it.
The main reasons are, I mean, the non-essential argument is probably the worst on Earth. It's really bad. That's the worst. But the main one is the fact that we don't need them. Horrible argument. Then the next one's from glycation. And then
he probably talks a lot about insulin resistance, right? Like diabetes.
Yeah, like carbs cause
insulin
resistance. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard him talk a lot about insulin resistance.
And it's like, if you're currently not processing carbs well and you're an obese person, I wouldn't necessarily say eat high carb. But it's not as if that's what's caused the problem.
Yeah. Let's see what chat's saying. I haven't looked at chat in a while. Zoom out, mate. Oh. Had it zoomed in. Oops. How zoomed in was it?
It was a little bit zoomed in, it seems.
Okay. It's fine. What do you think of Nick Norwitz? Do you know who Nick Norwitz is, Frost?
Yeah, I really dislike him, honestly.
Let's check him out.
Wait, before you watch a video, let me imitate him. Yeah. He'll start a video like, let me get into character. He'll be like, guys, I found this little trick. If you eat this each day, you'll revert. It's like, dude, he's such a fucking like cringe. Like, just watch one of his videos, bro. He's like these gimmicks, like he overcomplicates things and like, yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
What do you think happens to a healthy human?
Dude, see, bro, that's so accurate, right? Right?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Holy fuck, replay that. Replay that
What
shit.
do you think happens to a healthy human body when you fast for an entire week?
Probably you fucking
Yo, I own this guy. I fucking own this guy. Wow.
You probably fucking starve and lose a bit of body fat.
And some muscle, probably.
Yeah, you start muscle.
With whatever the bullshit he's about to do is, yeah.
Let's
Are you running this up?
Yeah, let's watch this. Is it on Discord? Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's not playing, but it's on Discord.
Yeah.
Not 18 hours. What do you think happens to a healthy human body when you fast for an entire week? Not 18 hours, not 24 hours, a full 7 days. Now, that might sound intimidating, maybe even a little crazy.
His neck is super skinny.
Maybe even for me. But the fact is, our species, Homo sapiens, was shaped by fasting.
Really? So the fact that we
These
fasted,
are some nice religious little
we had
images.
periods of fasting. Now that means we were shaped by fasting. Okay, gotcha.
Just as we evolved with sunlight, nature, movement, whole foods,
We also
we
evolved with struggle and scarcity.
evolved with fasting. And fasting isn't simple caloric restriction. It activates biological programs that many of us rarely, if ever, tap into in our modern lives.
Is he talking
It's
about
gonna be-
mitophagy?
He's gonna talk about autophagy, but that activates every night. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like-
what I was about to say. Like, he's talking
Yeah.
about autophagy. That's literally every single night when he sleeps.
And in today's video, we're going to review a study where researchers took healthy volunteers and
7 day study.
Fasted
Let's
them.
go.
I'd
for an
like to see what
entire
they consider healthy as well.
week, water only, and what they discovered, especially around day 3, changed completely how I think about fasting.
Yo, you like?
It's
yeah,
just
right? Like, this guy's a
ridiculous,
fucking
bro.
geek, bro. I hate his presentation style, bro.
It's so
It's
bad.
like, bro, it's so over dramatized. Like, no one gives a fuck about your stupid
Change
little idea.
completely
Like,
how I thought about eating. If this
like,
7 day
bro.
study changed how you thought about eating completely,
no, but here's the thing. I predicted this, right? Because every one of his videos is like this. So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
These data might explain why so many people underestimate the benefits of fasting, and they might imply that most people who practice fasting stop right before the most impactful bio.
dude.
Like the diamond, like the mining.
Yeah, right.
The mining meme.
Yeah.
Like the grass is greener.
Yeah.
but the gra-
Just
Just one
them
more
eating when
day.
they're fucking starving.
Yeah.
Surely.
Bro, no way.
Biological changes begin. So today, we're gonna dive into the data, and I'll even show you
like
how
how
to
you put a
hack
dive
a
into the
7-day
data.
fast
Nice.
in just 24 hours. So let's
what?
biological changes begin. So today, we're gonna dive into the data, and I'll even show you how to hack a 7-day
How to
fast
hack a 7-day fast
in just 20
in 24 hours.
24 hours.
What does that even mean?
This is gonna be probably the most unhealthy shit ever then.
So let's do like a hand into a bag of Doritos
So
and get
corny.
into it. We're changing the body's operating system, this software update in meaningful ways. No food, no caloric
Dude, all
beverages,
this
not even
metaphorical bullshit
coffee,
doesn't
something
even
I know, bro.
represent
massive-
anything. Doesn't actually represent anything.
It's just nonsense, man.
Yeah.
second wave of protein changes, higher resolution view of human body.
Oh, sure. Yo, come here. Minty. This is the problem with working outside. Streaming
biology,
outside.
but I'm guessing you've never heard of it. It makes you feel like a Zen monk.
Oh, dude, it makes you feel like a Zen monk.
Yeah, not necessarily anything that does that is a good thing for you.
Minty, yeah, like takes away your emotions and shit. Like stows it. It's like taking
Maybe
ashwagandha.
SSRIs do that,
It's like taking ashwagandha.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me like these videos like when my dad dies or some shit. Like, but I took ashwagandha like one day in 2024. So I don't, yeah.
All right, a real quick announcement before we begin. I just want to say
Minty.
thank you to the Stay Curious Metabolism
Wait,
community,
wait.
which is truly
It's gonna be an NPC.
the lifeblood of this channel. Thanks to your support, we're doing a complete level up. I've invested in
He's
a
so
dedicated
fake,
studio.
bro. He's so fake.
Thanks to your support,
Watch this fucking
we're
guy,
doing
bro.
a complete level up. I've invested
Like, shut the fuck up. Sit the fuck in your chair. Sit the fuck
Read
down
us
and
the
speak
fucking
normally.
data already.
invested in a dedicated studio space, brought in a professional design team,
Wow.
and we're building out podcast areas, permanent lighting setups,
Okay,
and
I
just
like how
a
Bart got mad at him. I'll give Bart that.
much more capable production environment. So no more dorm bedroom,
Teleprompter. Let's go.
childhood bedrooms.
He needs
We're
that shit.
leveling
Yeah.
this up, and none of this will be possible without the Stay Curious Metabolism community, which has grown to be a global
I
leader
hope that
and
does.
top best-selling science publication on
A global leader.
Substack globally. I guess that's redundant, but I'm just excited. Thank you, and I wanted to share my enthusiasm for what's coming next because it's going to be big. But now on to today's intellectual quest.
It must be. It
In
must
this
get, dude,
video, we're going to
it must get tiring acting like this.
Yeah.
He must be worn out, dude. Wow. Just so fake. Yeah.
start with a quick overview of the study design and the fasting timeline. What changed on days 1 to 2?
Oh, that expression
Quick
was so
overview
bad.
of the study design
Dude, he's
and the
so fake,
fasting
it's sad.
timeline.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. It's a lot. That's a really doing this for 27 minutes, keeping up this app.
What changed on
it's
days
tiring.
Dude, he probably imagine when he started this this kind of acting, you'd probably sit there for like 3-4 hours recording.
Wait,
this
do you mind
bullshit.
real quick? Go to his, open a new tab on his channel. Go to his oldest video.
Yeah.
Let's see how he acted. Because, I mean, he must have been uploading for, what, 8 years probably, something like that.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
5 years ago, Nick Norwitz is...
Yeah, maybe just
dude,
click,
is
like,
out
the
of
second
vagina.
one, maybe.
Yeah,
5
this
years.
one.
Maybe see how he's speaking. Hope it's not the same for his own sake.
I really doubt it.
I doubt it as well.
Yeah, no one would act like this first.
Alzheimer's disease is ascending
Yeah,
the list
see.
of the top 10 causes of death in the United States.
Wow, so much better.
It currently ranks number 6
Yeah, but he's still, it's still fake though, like the way he's talking.
out of
But
10
it's
on that
better.
list.
It is better. It's more,
However,
it's
is
easy
the
to
only
listen
member
to.
of that list without any effective treatment or cure.
No,
Furthermore,
it's better, bro.
current
It's
estimates
better.
project that by
Oh
mid-century,
yeah, it's
the
just. But I like how he's ending his sentences on a down instead of an up. It's good. Yeah.
is 1 to 2, then days 3 to 5, then days 5 to 7, and then during a refeeding period after the fast. And then we're going to get into the study's most interesting finding, the day 3 threshold. Something happened around day 3 that the researchers and
Dude,
I weren't
once you get to day 3, your life will change. I swear to God. Day 3 is...
Yeah, bro.
Can't even describe day 3.
expecting. And it wasn't weight loss. It wasn't ketosis.
Oh, it wasn't weight loss. It's not a bird. Is that a plane? Is that a bird? No, it's
I mean,
fucking Superman.
it's like, dude, you're not eating. Okay, fine. It's like, whatever they're gonna try to extrapolate from not eating is just nonsense, you know.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that. And then finally, in the last part of this video, we're going to get to the real payoff. How to hack a 7-day fast in 24 hours.
What does that
But
even mean, dude? How to hack a 7-day
It just
fast
doesn't
in
mean
24
anything.
hours? Yeah.
First, make me a promise. Pinky swear. Don't
Oh
skip
my
ahead.
God.
Without understanding the data and the underlying physiology, the practical takeaways won't make nearly as much sense. But with that, part 1, the study design and fasting timeline. The researchers recruited 12 healthy volunteers and put them through a 7-day water-only fast. No food, no caloric beverages, not even
Yep, you said water only.
We get it, bro.
Yeah, you said water only.
just water for an entire week. Now, these were healthy individuals.
said
Average
that
starting BMI was around 25.4 kilograms per meter squared. And to the credit of the 12 participants that were recruited, every single one completed the study, which is kind of impressive. Even without coffee, we have to give them props for that. Anyway, throughout the 7-day fasting period and then the refeeding period, the researchers drew blood samples. And they deployed high-tech metabolism measurements, a system capable of measuring 3,000 proteins simultaneously from the
pause, one
participant's
thing.
blood. Think about it this
I
way.
think
It's kind of like
what's gonna happen is because they're not eating at all, FGF21 will go up, which will speed up their metabolism. Which is an absence of protein. To be fair, that might happen. We'll see.
Okay.
3,000
Would it be like their metabolism goes up? I mean, down at first
you're-
and then up.
But yeah, by restricting protein, you can lose your metabolism can go up by about 300 calories, so to speak.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
proteins simultaneously from the participant's blood. Think about it this way. It's kind of like fishing.
Is that like to keep anabolism up? So you just like
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know it's in the liver. It's a liver enzyme.
Okay.
I don't know.
Often in science,
FGF20 is liver enzyme.
FGF21, yeah.
Yeah.
we cast out a single line looking for a specific protein, molecule, or maybe a hormone like insulin. Then we reel it back in. Oh look, we caught an insulin.
Oh god, these
Anyway,
metaphors
the
again.
technology these
Yeah.
researchers use is more like dragging a massive fishing net behind a trawling
Yeah,
boat.
dude, everything
Instead
has
of
to be
catching
a
1 to 2
metaphor with this
targets,
guy.
oh look, there's insulin. Oh look, there's ghrelin. You capture a massive amount of biological signal that can then be studied.
Okay.
And as a result, the picture that emerged from this study was far more complex and far more fascinating than anything that had been published before. So let's chat about the timeline in 4 main buckets, then we're going to go into more nuance on the day 3 threshold. But first, days 1 and 2. This was the period of fuel switching. Basically, during the first couple days, your body burns through its stored carbohydrates, particularly your liver glycogen, and that drives a switch in metabolism from carb burning to fat burning.
And then your metabolic
Now, this
rate goes
requires an increase in the machinery responsible for fat metabolism. So proteins involved in fat transport, fatty acid metabolism, and ketone production to turn fats into ketones to feed your brain all surged in the first 1 to 2 days. First 48 hours, there's no surprise there. That's fasting 101. And critically, this 1 to 2 day window is where most people.
Dude. What the fuck? Predicted it.
Holy fuck, you did. Holy
Yo,
fuck,
dude.
Dude, you own him as well.
Yeah, we fucking own him, dude.
Wow. That's crazy.
Oh my god, bro.
They really put this shit as well. Dude. Wow. That's on right on day 2, man. It's so close.
Stop a fast. You might rethink that after what we learn in the rest of this video, because at day 3 and days 3 to 5, we're at a tipping point. After the initial fuel switch, researchers observed a massive second wave of protein changes that extended far beyond energy metabolism and dwarfed anything that was seen in the first 48 hours. So basically, if the first 2 days were about changing what your body burns, going from carbs to fat burning,
Smoked salmon and Manchego cheese. It's so good.
shifting your body from being basically a
That's not even
computer
about
plugged
fasting either. He's eating. What?
in to one on a battery,
What did
day
that
3
serve?
was where the software update actually hit. You're no longer just switching fuel sources. The body appears to be undergoing a much broader systems level remodeling. Proteins involved in immune function,
going from
inflammation,
Windows
brain
7 to
biology,
Windows 11.
blood clotting, cellular stress, cardiovascular disease, longevity, all began to shift. Of the
Longevity begin to shift?
cellular stress, proteins involved in immune function, a much broader systems level remodeling. Proteins involved in immune function, inflammation, brain biology, blood clotting, cellular stress, cardiovascular disease, longevity, all began to shift.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that happens when
like-
you do anything, really.
Yeah, wow.
As if doing something like that is not gonna cause a shift in these things. It's not significant though.
I mean, here's the thing with him. He's taking nothing and trying to make it something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Of the roughly 3,000 proteins the researchers measured, 1,034 changed significantly over the course of the 7-day fast. And what's particularly striking, to emphasize this point, is most didn't begin to change until this day 3 threshold. And we're gonna get into it.
I'll say. So Eddie has a good point on this. With mechanisms, you can't take the micro and extrapolate to macro.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
we could just look at it and say you're starving for 7 days. So all these little micro, you're trying to make it like a macro. Like, no, we don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was thinking that as well. You have to go from the macro to the micro. That's how you actually determine what's happening. Like, you see what's happening, and then.
And I mean,
then
that's
you go
why
to
I'd
the
argue
mechanism.
carbs are indicated, because we see people have a higher body temp, they have a faster metabolism,
Exactly.
they feel better.
They have better,
Why is
they
that?
have better presentation consistently on high carb.
Yeah.
More in the next section, but let's first complete our timeline.
Yeah, with carnivore, all the mechanisms are just basically going from the micro to the macro. Especially all of those little things that they use to like counter argument, basically. Like, you know, with methylglycine.
I mean, they argue that there's, like, here's the thing, we both initially healed our health not on a carnivore diet.
Yeah.
Not on a zero carb diet,
Yeah.
right? And when you really look at it, the people who do best are on like a non-zero carb primal diet.
Yeah,
It's
like they basically just eat intuitively.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, where are the people who are doing super well on a no carb diet? Like, where are the smallest of those people? I've never seen them.
Yeah.
People in my community had issues over time, truly. Yeah.
But I will say, like, what are your qualifications to like diagnose them for that? You know?
And they would say that my recommendations were wrong, though they were actually the recommendations they give, like transition, 1 meal a day, the protein set in, eat fat until you're truly stuffed.
Yeah.
You know.
Days 5.
No, but it wasn't like a metabolic ward twin study. So
Were they identical
how
twins?
do you know?
Yeah.
5 to 7 and the refeeding.
So like glycation and Randall cycle.
No, they just had to
Still-
wait to
still-
get fat adapted. That happens at about the 10 month and
They weren't twins, so then Randall cycle is much more lack of evidence and stuff.
Yeah.
Period. Your body is hitting
adaptation had to hit.
a new metabolic steady state. By the end of the week, many of the protein changes were approaching a new equilibrium. The body wasn't panicking. It had basically reconfigured and settled into a new metabolic state that, at the protein expression level...
Dude, I hate that it wasn't X, it's Y analogy. It's all just AI shit. It's all AI.
Yeah. It's not X, it's Y, it's the classic, yeah.
Yeah, hate it.
Looked fundamentally different than the original baseline metabolic state. And notably, many of these late-stage changes were mapped onto proteins and pathways that have been independently linked to longevity, brain protection, neuroprotection, and reduced risk of cardiovascular disease and autoimmune disease. I'll get a little bit more specific later. But seriously, think about that. Over these, I'll get a little bit more specific later.
That's
but
amazing, Nick.
Think about that. Over 1/3.
Yo.
A little bit more specific later. But seriously, think about that. Over 1/3 of the 3,000.
See, if I was him, I would be embarrassed. Like if I had to show a woman my channel, it's over.
How do you even
She
go out
watches
in
this
public?
shit, she clicks his channel. I'm out in the pet, and she's dry. She's like, oh fuck, you're disgusting. Yeah.
Proteins measured changed significantly, and understanding these changes in more depth, both in this paper and in future research, will give us insight into how fasting physiology actually works and why it might matter for specific diseases. Again, we're going to get into a couple of examples later, specifically for the heart and brain, but let's complete this timeline, the refeeding period. During days 8 to 10, the researchers monitor participants for 3 days after the fast to see...
So he didn't even tell us what happened the 3-day threshold. Oh no, he's gonna get to that later.
As they gradually...
This video, I mean, I'm about to get off myself, but because it's like 10. But you could skip to the and see his conclusion. You could ask maybe AI from the video and see. I kind of want to know what his actual method is to quote unquote hack it or whatever. I think that's
how to hack a 7. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Brings us to our climax and the part I know you've been waiting for. How to hack a 7-day fast in 24 hours. Well,
maybe
the answer to that provocative question starts with another question.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta speed you up, my friend.
Can't listen to this shit.
What is mediating the effects of fasting? Also, why do certain changes only click in at day 3? And what are the signals the body is sending to download that software update? It's not magic. The body needs to have somehow signaling molecules say, oh, we hit this point in the fast, now we need to change. One of the signals are ketone bodies themselves. Ketones are made from stored body fat, primarily by the liver, and rise throughout a fast. But ketones are not just energy molecules for the brain. They're hormones, literal hormones that circulate throughout your blood and change how your organs work. They trigger signaling cascades in cells. They attach to proteins and change how those proteins work, and they change the expression of literally thousands of genes to change the proteome in ways like we saw in this study. So, if we consider ketones...
Here's the thing, right? Are the things that are signaling that you haven't eaten for 7 days, are those good signals? Like,
yeah, or they just physiological adaptations. Yeah.
It's like, it's probably not a good signal.
No.
Themselves, at least one signaling molecule responsible for the protein changes we're seeing in the study, the software update we talked about, it's pretty reasonable to suggest you're going to get some of the benefits of a prolonged fast by getting ketone levels beyond a certain threshold. Does that make sense? And just to be clear, this is wholly consistent with clinical data and what we see in the study. So for example, fasting can help epilepsy. Ketogenic diets are meant to mimic fasting, which also help epilepsy. Or in this study,
And you were saying before that could be because of endotoxin as well, not necessarily the ketones.
Or associations between ketone levels and certain variables. Like we talked about tenacin R, remember those perineuronal nets, those structure supporting neurons? Well, the higher ketone levels rose, the lower tenacin R levels fell, consistent with the stabilization of these critical brain structures in neurons. But now, how do you accelerate the process? How do you do this much faster than a week? Well, now we have to establish our target thresholds. In this study, ketone levels passed 2.5 millimoles around day 3. So we consider that one threshold for the tipping point, ketones of 2.5. But if we're being really ambitious, we think about day 7, where ketone levels reach 4 millimoles, which is quite high. So how do you do that in just 24 hours? Edit Nick here in my kitchen to answer a common question that I didn't answer in the video about coffee and fasting. Yes, you can have coffee on a fast, particularly black coffee, no cream and sugar. I freaking love my coffee. You can see I'm pretty stacked with cold brew. That's not a product placement. I just like that cold brew. Also my peptides and apple cider vinegar and seltzer. So yeah, there's a biohacker influencer. You can see I'm pretty stacked with cold brew. That's not a product placement. I just like that cold brew. Also my peptides and apple cider vinegar and seltzer. So yeah, there's a biohacker influencer for you. But that also brings up because I'm going to be doing a masterclass video on caffeine, different sources of caffeine, why they hit differently, energy drinks like Red Bull, Celsius, coffee, yerba mate, etc. So drop your questions below, and importantly, please subscribe and turn notifications on so you don't miss that. It's going to be very highly exciting. But now,
accurate.
After my video, where ketone levels reach 4 millimoles, which is quite high. So how do you do that in just 24 hours? Well, here's how. You start with a backdrop of a very low carbohydrate diet to get your body making some of its own ketones. As a general goal, getting your net carbohydrates, so total carbs minus fiber below 25 grams per day, is usually low enough, even without protein restriction. And as an added tip and fun fact, if you focus a little bit more on unsaturated fat versus saturated fat, you're going to get those ketones even higher because unsaturated fats tend to be a little bit more ketogenic. Think about
That's an interesting
Really?
approach.
Tip and fun fact, if you focus a little bit more on unsaturated fat versus saturated fat, you're gonna get those ketones even higher because unsaturated fats tend to be a little bit more ketogenic.
I think I don't know the mechanism, but if the body is prioritizing turning those fats not from storage but then into ketones, it's interesting. That's why.
Think about things like walnuts,
know.
pecans.
Wait, say that again.
Wait, so he's saying, I mean, I've heard this before, but the idea that the PUFA or the unsaturated fats are more ketogenic, like they're
Yeah.
going to produce more ketones, that means, I'm just guessing here, the body is saying, let's not store these, let's package them into ketones immediately.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
A little bit more on unsaturated fat versus saturated fat, you're gonna get those ketones even higher because unsaturated fats tend to be a little bit more ketogenic. Think about things like walnuts, pecans, olive oil, sesame oil. Now, I'm not suggesting you go hard on conventional seed oils. That's a topic for
Why don't we just add in some
another time.
cereals?
But having more unsaturated fats is going to get your ketone bump a little bit higher to establish your baseline. Then using that moderate ketogenic diet as a baseline, the idea is to do shorter fasts and add in exogenous ketones. That's exactly
Isn't he about maximizing metabolism as well?
what it sounds like. Ketones you consume to basically top off your ketone levels. So if your body making ketones and you add some on top, and you can get above these thresholds pretty
Wait, what?
Exogenous
Exogenous
fats are going to get your ketone bump a little bit higher to establish your
yeah,
baseline.
those
Then
are
using
so
that
stupid,
Never
bro.
heard of that.
moderate ketogenic diet as a baseline, the idea is to do shorter fasts and add in exogenous ketones.
It's
That's
so
exactly what it sounds like. Ketones you consume to basically top off your ketone levels. So if your body making ketones
crazy.
and you add some on top, you can get above these thresholds pretty quick. Let me show you how it's done. The little metabolic demonstration experiment I ran last weekend with an exogenous ketone product called Kinetic, which contains the identical beta-hydroxybutyrate, just because I freaking love cheese.
I
Here's how I
own
like to
you,
eat
bro.
grams of ketone. And my
mean,
ketone
that
levels
was
progressively rose to
predictable as shit.
4.4
No one talks about
normals,
exogenous
surpassing the
ketone.
ketone levels achieved in the study over the course of a week in just 24 hours. It's actually not hard to do at all.
Yeah.
Now, some of you might be wondering why I'm using this product. Well, first measured
I don't get
and
it.
I'll link below. I want to interject with another thought or
bro.
observation drawn from personal experience, which is that different people appear to have different thresholds for subjective experiences associated with different.
Okay, let's see. I want to see this big twist.
As we reviewed, around day 3, something clicked. The body appeared to shift from simply changing fuel sources, carbs to fat, to updating itself in a much more profound way. And I really
The software update again.
Dude,
How many
what
times are you
fuck
gonna
is
use
that
that
running
analogy?
bro?
Yeah, what the?
Holy shit, bro.
How many times is he gonna use that?
Fuck me, man. Wow.
this matters. In fact, it is the single most important takeaway from this entire paper because it helps resolve a lot of the debate around whether fasting actually has benefits beyond just reduced caloric intake. And to be clear, my opinion is an unequivocal yes.
Dude, I should post this reaction, with the title, fruits.
Wait, what's up?
I should post this like reaction of us with the
Yeah.
title like, Carbs Young and Fruits IQ owns what's his fucking name?
Yeah.
Owns Nick Norwich, and
Nick.
it's like the thumbnail's like our two phases, like stern look,
Yeah.
and he's just like crying or some shit in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we should upload it.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. But the debate around fasting's benefit persists for two main reasons. First, most studies examine only a handful of endpoints and biomarkers, often focusing on things like weight or maybe a few metabolic measurements, and sometimes under calorie-controlled conditions. And second, most fasting interventions last less than 48 hours, so you don't get to this day 3 threshold.
Dude, again, bro.
There's a shift in the body's protein, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of proteins that ultimately determine how our bodies function. If it doesn't emerge until day 3, and if you cut your fast off at 24, 48 hours, you're just not
Okay,
going to see that
Marcus,
signal.
I gotta
The studies
do
we
it.
have
Alright, bro, later.
Alright.
Have a good
peace.
sleep. Alright, I'm gonna finish this. I understand what he's saying on
done
Twix.
aren't designed to capture it. So what we're seeing here in this study is something fundamentally different, a much broader, higher resolution view of human biology, looking at thousands of proteins.
Dude, he just says nothing. Like, higher resolution view of biology, 3-day threshold. He hasn't actually said anything yet. Like, proteins are remodeling. 1/3 of the proteins tested have remodeled. Literally saying nothing. Like, saying
That might change over
absolutely nothing. That's how you know this is nonsense. This is how you know he has nothing to say. It's word salad right now.
Day prolonged fast. And we're not just changing the body's fuel sources here, we're changing the body's operating system, this software updating
Yeah, again, fucking
meaningful ways.
hell.
So, what changed? Okay, hold on to your
Yes, please tell me what changed because I haven't heard it at all.
shock proteins, because this is about to get dense. Let me highlight a few of the most interesting, focusing on 2 organ systems, the heart and the brain. One of those interesting findings involved cardiovascular health. Researchers observed a change in a protein called HYOU1, which has been linked to heart disease in large human genetic studies. In fact, people with higher level of this protein, HYOU1, appear to have substantially greater risk of cardiovascular disease.
Okay, is that the only link? I'm gonna watch this, research it on stream, and come back and respond to this.
And during the prolonged fast, levels of this HYOU1, that's actually really hard to say, fell significantly, a change that points in the direction of better heart health. In fact, each single standard deviation decrease in HYOU1, okay, it's getting easier, is associated with a roughly 2-fold decreased risk of cardiovascular disease if you extrapolate from the human genetic studies. Now, this protein HYOU1 is interesting, but I'm guessing you've never heard of it, and honestly, that is the point. The point here is that we're seeing signals emerge that most of us don't know about, don't think about. And it's part of the universe of changes that go on behind the scenes. Just like when you get
Okay, so what he said basically is HYOU1 is linked to cardiovascular disease, and that goes down during fasting.
iPhone software update, you don't know what the heck is going
Stop fucking talking about software.
on in the
Oh my
background. You just
God.
benefit from the ultimate result. Except sometimes iPhone updates suck,
Dude.
or you get that YouTube
No one cares, bro.
It's not just the change in the usual suspects like cholesterol or blood sugar or blood pressure, but an entirely different, much broader set of biological changes that only become visible when we take a closer look. We're normally looking at the tip of the iceberg, now we're seeing the base. We're seeing here evidence of broad biological remodeling that touches nearly every organ system in the body. And if the heart doesn't excite you, let's talk about the brain. One of the most intriguing findings, even more so than HYOU1,
What's the next
is that fasting
biomarker?
changed a protein signature enriched for proteins involved in, let me try to do this without too much jargon, the structural scaffolding that helps hold tissue together. Think of it
How many fucking analogies is he gonna use before he gets to like what's
is
actually
the
happening?
biological equivalent of the rebar inside concrete. And one protein in particular that caught my attention was, okay, little jargon here, tenascin R.
What does that mean?
Again, you've probably never heard of it. That's fine. In fact, that's good. That's the point. But tenascin R is noteworthy because it's largely specific to brain support structures called perineuronal nets. Sounds jargony, but really it just describes what it is. Peri means around, neuronal refers to neuron, no surprise there, and nets because they actually look like support nets around neural connections. These perineuronal nets surround neurons and contribute to the stability of these neural connections, which helps regulate the brain's ability to rewire itself, cement memories, and learn. And traditionally, it has been viewed that these structures are relatively stable, like glaciers. However, there's growing evidence that they may undergo active remodeling and recycling. That's really cool. It's like if we saw a glacier get up and dance.
God.
But why does this matter? Well, because when people talk about the neurological benefits of fasting or ketogenic diets for things like epilepsy, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, we usually talk about fuel states, just changing from burning sugar to burning ketones in the brain. But these findings hint at something deeper. There are structural changes occurring within the brain itself. During a fast, researchers observed a progressive change in tenascin R levels that they interpreted as reflecting preservations and security of these perineuronal net structures. So,
Okay, so like Frost said before he left, if something is remodeling about your brain because you have a scarcity of food, intuitively, like, what do you think is happening? Either it's a physiological adaptation or hormesis to adapt to periods of starvation, or it's something degenerating, right? Intuitively, it's not going to be growth and evolution if you have a scarcity of food. If you would ever have a scarcity of food, it would be because of inferior skill. Inferior genetics, inferior development, and inferior skill to actually harvest food, to gather food. Why would you be rewarded with growth and, superior traits? Superior brain remodeling, right? That doesn't make sense.
quoting from the authors directly, our observations provide a potential new path to help understand the success of this ancient treatment regime, fasting on neurological disorders. That is a remarkable statement if you truly understand it. It suggests that some of the benefits that arrive from fasting for the brain are not just about changing brain's fuel supply, but altering the very structures that support our neuronal function. And again, that's just the tip of the iceberg. The researchers also observed changes in proteins linked to rheumatoid arthritis, inflammation, obesity-related diseases, aging, and a host of other biological processes. But now let's try to respect your time and dispense with the alphabet soup of proteins like tenascin R, HYOU1, SWAP70, and the rest. The
Swap 70 was another one.
real takeaway is that the body appears to be undergoing a profound biological rewiring, a software update during a prolonged fast. And what's especially interesting, again, is most of these
Okay, so what happened
structure
with
some of the
soft
there are
se-
fuel
swap
states
70?
and many of these aspects sounds the even more every we're not an entire now when you get an iPhone then I'm guessing is radiation significant cardiovascular disease. It's observed focusing on the body's human biology. The heart HYOU1 appear to have substantially greater risk of cardiovascular disease. HYOU1, okay, it's getting easier, is associated with a roughly twofold decreased risk of cardiovascular disease if you extrapolate from the human genetic studies. Now, this protein HYOU1 is interesting, but I'm guessing you've never heard of it. And honestly, that is the point. The point here is that we're seeing signals emerge that most of us don't know about, don't think about. It's part of the universe of changes that go on behind the scenes. Just like when you get an iPhone software update, you don't know what the heck is going on in the background, you just benefit from the ultimate result. Except sometimes iPhone updates suck. Or you get that YouTube album update that nobody wanted but somehow ended up on your phone. Sorry, that wasn't supposed to be part of the fasting analogy. The point is, what we're seeing here is not just the change.
Okay, here we go. So, if this is the study that he's talking about, I don't see swap 7.
In the usual.
So HYOU1 goes down and then comes back up after 10 days.
Suspects like cholesterol.
What were the other ones he said? Tenascin R. These aren't on this chart.
Or blood sugar or blood pressure.
Okay, so I don't even have the study that he's talking about, so he probably didn't even show it. Oh, he did. It's right, I'm not going to look at the study I'm just gonna look up HYOU1 HYOU1 Heart Disease Association. A stress response gene. Okay. Linked to cardiovascular diseases like ischemic heart failure, cardiac ischemia, reperfusion, and atherosclerosis. It makes a chaperone protein in the endoplasmic reticulum that helps fold proteins during low oxygen, hypoxia, or ischemia. Okay. Okay, I'm using AI, but I'm gonna interpret this because I don't want to read through literature because it's gonna take me hours, so I'm gonna use AI. But I'm gonna make sure it gives me good results. So I'm gonna say, what are the associations between HYOU1 and atherosclerosis? What are the positive associations between atherosclerosis? Based on explain clearly outline the epistemic limitations of this research and the veracity of the mechanistic backing. Alright, what's chat saying? Nick bought me. Nick owns you both. I fucking own Nick. Alright. He fully sounds like ChatGPT, like Eddie. Eddie doesn't sound as ChatGPT as that. But I doubt Eddie uses AI at all. He just kind of sounds like that. Thoughts on apricot and grapefruit jellies? If you make, like, literally just take fruit and gelatin and make that, that's good. And, like, maybe raw sugar or something. But if it's, like, the processed junk with, like, a bunch of additives and preservatives, colors and stuff, then don't eat that. For sure. Okay, so basis of the positive association. So here we go. Response to oxidized LDL. Recent multi-omic and functional studies established that HYOU1 is heavily upregulated in both human and murine atherosclerotic plaques. So is that suggesting a cause and effect relationship? When vascular, endothelial, and smooth muscle cells are exposed to oxidized low-density lipoprotein, severe endoplasmic reticulum stress is triggered, prompting a massive compensated increase in HYOU1. Okay, what I'm seeing from this, HYOU1 is a stress response hormone, or protein, and it's not suggested that it's actually having any cause in the development of plaque. It stabilized mitochondria-associated membranes, and that it actually would be beneficial to have more of it because it's a stress response protein. So all that this protein being lowered indicates in a fasted state is that there's less stress on your arteries, right? There is less oxidized LDL, which is plausible since you're not eating anything. You're going to be eating, less oxidized fats, less of the bullshit that you're eating, because, in these studies, there aren't control groups of people on optimal diets, right? There aren't different controls of people eating completely different diets. They're just usually eating an average diet. And if we see this go down, that's probably indicative of the fact that they're having less stress on their arteries because they're not eating the inflammatory foods they were eating before. It doesn't mean that the development is happening less because HYOU1 is lower. That's not being seen at all. Okay, here we go. Yeah, here we go. So the dual role paradox. Cytoprotection versus pathology. Beneficial chaperone that protects endothelial cells from OX-LDL-induced apoptosis by suppressing the harmful apoptotic cascade. This is what I was saying. It's trying to prevent damage. That's why it's higher in people with atherosclerosis, because it's a stress response. It's not actually contributing to it, right? The limitation lies in determining the precise tipping point where HYOU1 transitions from a vital protective anti-apoptotic mechanism into a chronic disease-promoting MAM stabilizer. Right. So what it does is lock MAMs, which are mitochondria-associated membranes, physical contact points where the ER and mitochondria communicate, endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. And then, so when they knock down this gene, the MAM integrity is disrupted. So this induces autophagy. So this accelerated autophagy effectively clears the lipid burden inside the plaque. Okay, so when they delete this gene, that clears the plaque. Interesting. Okay. Cryptotenshinone, natural anti-atherosclerotic compound. Okay. So it seems to be a stress response, but having it lower could help clear. Having it lowered could help clear the plaque if it's there, right? But having it higher doesn't necessarily mean that it's contributing to the plaque, right? Okay. Now we need to talk about tenascin R. See, I didn't hear an association for tenascin R. Let's read chat really quick. Will this live be uploaded? I'll edit it and upload it, yeah. What suburb do you live in? Is there like no one in the live anymore? "13 watching." Wow, everyone left when Frost left. Will this live be uploaded? I'll edit it and upload it, yeah. Crazy. Alright. Anyway. I'm gonna finish responding to this. Okay, so HYOU1R, HYOU1 is a stress response protein which is responding to atherosclerotic stress from oxidized LDL mainly. So if you're eating less, if you stop eating, obviously you're gonna have lower ox-LDL, which is gonna mean you don't need as much HYOU1. There's no actual there's no backing for HYOU1 actually contributing to heart disease, right? It's just a marker that you have less oxidized LDL, really. That's it.
Sure, but an entirely different, much broader set of biological changes that only become visible when we take a closer look. We're normally looking at the tip of the iceberg, now we're seeing the base. We're seeing here evidence of broad biological remodeling that touches nearly every organ system in the body. And if the heart doesn't excite you, let's talk about the brain. One of the most intriguing findings, even more so than HYOU1, was that fasting changed a protein signature in which were proteins involved in, let me try to do this without too much jargon, the structural scaffolding that helps hold tissue together. Think of it as the biological equivalent of the rebar inside concrete. And one protein in particular that caught my attention was, okay, little jargon here, tenascin R.
What does that mean?
Again, you've probably never heard of it. That's fine. In fact, that's good. That's the point. But tenascin R is noteworthy because it's largely specific to brain support structures called perineuronal nets. Sounds jargony, but really it just describes what it is. Peri means around. Neuronal refers to...
Yeah, again, there's nothing here. Like, just because there's remodeling happening in your brain. Again, he's not telling us to what extent, the significance of it, or the actual effects that it's having on the brain. He's just kind of implying that it's good just because there's remodeling happening.
Neuron, no surprise there, the stability to undergo the neurological burning ketones in the brain. But these observed a progression in that structures. So quoting from the levels that they interpreted as reflecting preservations and security of these perineuronal net structures. So quoting from the authors directly, our observations provide a potential new path to help understand the success of this ancient treatment regime, fasting on neurological disorders. That is a remarkable statement if you truly understand it. It suggests that some of the benefits that arrive from fasting for the brain are not just about changing brain's fuel supply, but altering the very structures that support our neuronal function. And again, that's just the tip of the iceberg. The researchers also observed changes in proteins linked to rheumatoid arthritis, inflammation, obesity-related diseases, aging, and a host of other biological processes. But now let's try to respect your time and dispense with the alphabet soup of proteins like tenascin R, HYOU1, SWAP70, and the rest. The real takeaway is that the body appears to be undergoing a profound biological rewiring.
Okay. I'll probably end it here. Probably end the reaction there. And I'll probably end this live as well, because I'm kind of done. Wrap it up. I'm wrapping it up, don't worry. Oh, I didn't even transition to that, so it's been zoomed in this